Lafourche High School for this final regular season game of the season between the home South Lafourche Tarpons and the visiting East St. John Wildcats. Casey Just Claire here with Coach Brian Colley at Memorial Stadium, Ralph Perry Field. And partner, spent a lot of time today just wondering, man, where's the time going? It's already our final regular season game of the season. And in a lot of ways, for one of the teams in this game, this is going to be a playoff game because East St. John's sitting at number 30 in Class 5A. If they want to earn an 11th game, they have to win tonight. And for the Tarpons, their role is, heck, play for pride and try to knock a rival out of the postseason. Curious to see how this one shakes out tonight. But my goodness, the regular season already coming to an end here tonight in Galliano.
Yeah, unreal how fast this 10 weeks went by, or 11 weeks or so with the Jamboree. But it's not been a great season for the Tarpons, but they can come here and possibly knock East St. John out of the playoffs with a victory. And you don't think a team would move like down 2 spots in 1 week of play, but if you lose to a 3-win team, which would be a 3-win team if the Tarpons would win this game, it can very well knock them out of the playoffs. So East St. John should come in here fired up and ready to play some football.
Memories of the 2004 season, my senior season, a South Lafourche football team that was out of the playoffs in Week 10 was taking on an East St. John team that was in the playoffs in Week 10. The Tarpons in that season struggled offensively throughout the year, but then exploded and got like 500, 600 yards of total offense, beat the Wildcats 39-36. Not saying that's going to happen again tonight, but I am saying crazier things have happened when these two schools get together. Sometimes the underdog rises to the occasion. Hopefully the Tarpons will be ready for battle here tonight.
That's why you play the game. You never know. Any given Friday night, any team can come out with the victory. Hopefully the Tarpons had a good week of work and polished off some things yesterday in their practice.
It is East St. John coming in with a 2-game winning streak. They beat Hahnville 21-7, Thibodaux 48-21. They're 4-5 on the season for the Tarpons. They played better in the second half of the season, but had a real tough game last week against South Terrebonne. Now, partner, it is senior night tonight here in Galliano. We've got how many members to that senior class?
I believe it's 18
seniors
and 1 manager.
So throughout the broadcast tonight, maybe a little later in the pregame, halftime, whatever it may be, we're going to honor each one of those seniors. Great senior class. Unfortunately, this senior season for them will not go the way that they have planned, but a lot of really, really quality young men who have dedicated a lot of time and effort to this Tarpon football team. And hopefully they could go out and 48 more minutes to their high school careers and play like heck here tonight.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and give our own little special salute to the senior class of this football team. And why you laugh at my comment?
You know why I'm laughing at your comment. A reminder to everybody, we're going to be at Tarpon Volleyball tomorrow, a noon first ball tonight between the South Lafourche Tarpons and the Lakeshore, Titans, I believe.
Yes.
Lakeshore Lady Titans. So that will be at 12 noon tomorrow. South Lafourche trying to go to the Pontchartrain Center one more time. And if they win, they'll take on the winner of Ben Franklin and Terrebonne, I believe, next Thursday in the Pontchartrain Center. But here, we've got a very entertaining Week 10 of high school football. Coach, last night Carr beats Warren Easton by 1 point. Warren Easton fails a 2-point conversion try on the last play. Tonight in the city, we've got Destrehan against Terrebonne. We've got Vanderbilt against C.D. White. We've got a lot of big matchups.
Central Thibodaux.
Central and Thibodaux is another one. Got a feeling that we're going to be taking a lot of scoreboard updates brought to you by Charles Mike Calley tonight.
Yeah, we have a few people on the road for us tonight that's going to that big Destrehan Terrebonne game, so I'm sure we'll be getting some updates, and hopefully Mr. Chris Kimball will give us those Central updates as usual.
No doubt about it. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and take a quick 3-minute commercial break. When we get back, we're going to continue the pregame show. We're 20 minutes away from the opening kick between the Tarpons and the Wildcats on ESPN New Orleans. Gickler here with Coach Brian Colley. A reminder to everyone that our coin toss tonight will be brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company. First Downs brought to you by Golden Motors, as always, where price is priority. Pre-game injury report brought to you by Thibodaux Regional Medical Center. Injury timeouts brought to you by Thibodaux Regional Medical Center. And scoreboard updates brought to you by Charles Mike Colley, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission Seat H. Partner, senior night here. Some of the seniors are getting honored and making their way onto the field, and they'll be rocking and rolling here in just a minute. So I guess without getting into specifics, which we'll do later in the broadcast, you coached a lot of these, well, not a lot of these guys, you coached almost all these guys when they were in ninth grade. To see them now as seniors playing their final varsity game, I'm sure it's got to make you awfully proud as well, and there's a lot of great Tarpons in this bunch.
When we were coaching them as freshmen, from the beginning of the year to the end, we were amazed with the improvement they made just in that 1 year. And it is amazing to see the improvement they made in 3 years. Some of them, how big they got from, and look, it's hard work, and just really proud of this group.
No doubt, as they're being honored right now. A lot of young men that are returning next season, trying to make a mark on their program. And on the East St. John side, taking a peek at their roster, trying to see how many seniors they have. I remember last year them being a pretty young bunch. This year seems to be the same thing. They have a first-year coach, Coach Brandon Brown, who's also their defensive coordinator and their athletic director. And we host the Sports Corner every Saturday at 7:30 to 9:30. And we've had several coaches now in the area who have commented, look, East St. John, usually athletic, usually undisciplined. But this year, Coach Brandon Brown's brought a different attitude and a different mindset to this team. So far, so good. Their early results are in. It looks like they've got a more disciplined approach to their football team this fall.
And I believe he possibly played there.
He's an alum, yes.
So, yeah, he's doing a great job. And it took him a while to get adjusted to his style, but I think these kids bought in. And if they can come out and get a playoff berth in that first year, that's even going to be a lot feather in his cap for the next year.
No doubt about it. So while some of the seniors are being honored, I'm going to throw this to my man, Coach Brian Colley here. Let's get our home team starting lineup. On defense, brought to you by Lady of the Sea General Hospital. Coach, take it away.
All right, defensive tackle number 55, senior Joby Hendrix getting the start tonight, along with number 95, Matthew Mathena. Nose tackle this evening, number 62, Elijah Barnett. Cornerback number 5, Kevin Hernandez, along with number 3, Caleb Carr. Our weak safety is number 12, Nathan Oquan. Strong safety, 29, Zachary Petry. Outside linebackers, number 14, Austin Danos, along with number 54, Nathaniel Long. Middle linebacker, number 6, Shane Billiot. And free safety, number 2, Francois Tarpons.
So let me get our offensive starters. Up front from left to right, left tackle Kieran Pate, left guard Jai Ogeron, center Alex Lafourche, right guard Kendall Walker, right tackle Talon Scheck-Snyder, tight end Eric Thibodaux. Quarterback tonight, as always, number 16, Brock Baya, the fullback behind him. Number 21, Aaron Vestal. The two wing backs flanked to the sides with number 22, Double Deuce, Jelby Shermy. Number 26, Cameron Georges. And flanked wide, the wide receiver, number 82, Noah Plaisance. Trying to count out the seniors on each side of the ball. Looks like the Tarpons do have a pretty senior-heavy lineup. So a lot of young men making their final starts of their careers here tonight in Galliano.
As we see Jelby Shermy greeted by his parents.
I ain't gonna lie to you, it was pretty awesome just a minute ago to see number 20, Jake Galjor, running to meet his parents there. No, Jake would have loved to be out on the field with his team this season. Unfortunately, was not able to do so. Double Deuce, and then now Cameron George is being honored.
And look, he stayed an important part of this team. He couldn't play, but he did his part. He's on the sideline, signaling plays in and helping in any way that he can.
So let's thank some of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. State Bank and Trust Company banking you can count on, member FDIC. Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Jimmy T. Jim Lafon, number 69, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission Seat C. Golden Motors, where price is priority, your hometown Chevy Buick dealer. Chris Gode Investments, call the winning team at Chris Gode for all your retirement needs, 632-6049. PCM, Mike Fazy Sr., thanks for 22 years of support. John Mellison, number 72, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission Seat G. Total Urgent Care, get in, get out, and get well. Highway 3162 in front of Galliano. Thibodaux Regional Medical Center, a leader in bringing the latest and best technology to our region. Frank Supervalue with locations in La Rose, Golden Meadow, Lockport, and Des Allemands. Charles Mike Colley, number 74, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission Seat H. South Lafourche Bank, your full-service financial center with 5 locations to better serve you. Advanced Eye Institute, make the right call. Get your eyes checked by Dr. Darby Chasson today. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Bob Dewey, number 71, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission CG. And Lady of the Sea General Hospital, compassionate medicine close to home. And then also our title sponsor for the Sports Corner every Saturday, Dufresne Building Materials. They're also going to be the sponsor of our Player of the Game, which we will name tomorrow morning on the Sports Corner from 7:30 to 9:30. Partner, it's going to be a busy day tomorrow, 7:30 to 9:30 Sports Corner. Then we've got some volleyball at noon. And then, of course, the big LSU-Alabama game at 7 o'clock. Busy sports day tomorrow. And, heck, busy sports weekend with the Saints and the Rams on Sunday.
Exactly. Carries over into Sunday.
No doubt about it. So let's take a 3-minute commercial break. When we get back, we're going to probably have the national anthem and the coin toss and all that good stuff. We're about 15 minutes away from the opening kick between the Tarpons and the Wildcats on ESPN New Orleans.
ESPN New Orleans.
And welcome back here to senior night at South Lafourche High School. Most all of the seniors have been honored. I think there's another 2 or 3 more to go. Partner, I guess we could start to fire it off here. We got some tributes here for all these young men. Tell me a little bit about number 5, Kevin Hernandez.
Kevin Hernandez, number 5. He was a young man, played freshman ball for us. Not very big in stature, but he makes up for it in heart. He's a very tough kid, and you can tell that's obvious with his size, lack of size. He still gets the start on the varsity level. He makes up for his lack of size with his hustle, his determination, and his hard work.
Number 6, Shane Billiot.
We can go on and on and on about Shane Billiot. He's a tough kid, hard-nosed. On defense, he gets after the football. He will be extremely hard for the Tarpons to replace coming up in next year.
The one thing I would like to let everybody know about Shane, and I know you'll agree, is that whether it's 30-0 in favor of us or 30-0 against us, he is busting his tail trying to make every tackle he can. The kid has no quit in him. Number 16, 2-year starting quarterback, and people forget this, and also an all-district receiver, Brock Baya.
That's right, a very good athlete. Multi-sport athlete. He works hard. He did a great job leading this Tarpon offense. It's always not the best this year, but he never gave up. And when you go watch practice, you see his emotion at practice. He's fired up. He's trying to get his teammates fired up. He congratulates people in practice when they make long runs and stuff, and when they're doing things well, and he carries that over to the football field, and that is a true leader for Brock Bowyer. Great job.
Number 20, Jake Galjor, been out for the season, but one heck of a kid, one heck of a player last year as well.
Heck of a young man, heck of a worker, one of the toughest football players, basketball players, you name it, baseball players that you'll ever find. There's no quitting this young man. He gives it his all every single time he steps onto the field, the court, or the baseball diamond. Just you can go on and on again about the type of young man that Jake Galjor is.
See, I'm reading here in Jake's little bio that he is planning to attend Southeastern to become a wildlife and fisheries law enforcement agent. That's pretty awesome. So at least we'll both know a game warden in the future, right?
Okay, well, let's go back and see a few more nice things about Jake so we can, in future years, maybe we help
get
us
away
out.
with something. Yeah. Number 22, Double Deuce, Joby Hendrix.
Double Deuce, Joby Hendrix. Back in the freshman, he played receiver for us on defense and defensive back. And, look, this young man came, not many people would have done what he did this year. He had a pretty serious shoulder injury where he could have said, look, I'm not going to play football. I'll sit this season out and concentrate on baseball, which he's pretty darn good at playing baseball. And he could have said, look, I'm just going to wait for baseball. But, no, he did not do that. He came out with football, works hard, and just a credit to the type of young man he is.
This is one of my favorites right here, number 26, Cameron Georges.
Cameron Georges, he, again, not a very big guy, but he makes up for a lot of heart, a lot of speed. He played as a freshman, tough kid as a freshman. He sat out the next 2 years and decided to come back in his senior year. And I'm pretty sure Coach Forsythe and his staff's glad that he decided to come back out and play some football because he did a good job running the football for the Tarpons this year. And, again, just another outstanding young man.
Tell you something, I remember Cameron when he was a ninth grader, and he was really small. And I'm thinking to myself, whenever I'm seeing the depth chart in the first game senior year, Cameron Georges at fullback, I'm saying, ain't no way. But then we watched him run in the jamboree. He runs hard. He plays much bigger than his body size, there's no doubt. Number 29, Zachary Petry.
You want to say motor? This young man has a motor on him. He's nonstop. He's very aggressive on defense. And a lot of people don't realize this. This young man works extremely hard in the weight room, and that's evident of his physical stature from his freshman year to his senior year. He put some weight on, some muscle, and he has a motor. He just don't quit on defense, and he's always around the football.
The senior class is just presented Coach Forsythe with what looked like a plaque or something. Now they're getting a little emotional, hugging one last time this season. Curious to see if the Tarpons could get a little life here, try to get rolling. He's giving some final words to this senior class here. It's always an emotional time. I know that, heck, you've done this several times with basketball. What are you telling these guys right now when you're trying to, the band's about to get back together one last time?
Yeah, look, it's emotional. You spend a lot of time with these young men. You spend more time with them than what you do with your own family. And you take a lot of hits out in the public for different things. But, it's emotional when you're seeing these kids putting that uniform on for the last time. And after the game, that's when it really hits you. And when you look at these kids, especially after the game, and just see the emotion in their eyes, it's something that's not easy to do as a coach when you see them playing their last game. And it's very emotional. Right now, you just tell them, look, let's go out here and have fun. This is your last high school football game of your career. Go out, leave everything on the field, and let's see what happens at the end of the game.
A couple more before we get to the national anthem, all that good stuff. Number 39, Dylan Emard.
Dylan Emard, pretty quiet young man. You don't hear much from him, but he does his talking on the football field. And he, as a freshman, he got a lot of playing time for us. But this year, defensive end, he havoc for the opposing offenses because he did a great job on defense. He was out player of the week a few times, or at one time, and he was mentioned a few other times for it. And just quiet kid, doesn't say a whole lot, but he gets his job done on the field.
Dylan is a nice guy, man. In the first couple of games, and he was constantly in the backfield. He plays far meaner than he actually is. So that's always good to see.
And look, he doesn't play basketball, but he can shoot a basketball.
That's right. Number 50, Kieran Pate.
Kieran Pate, another quiet young man, offensive lineman. Strong kid up front. He does a great job. And think about Kieran, when you see him in the hall, he's always going to tell, hey, Coach, how's it going? And just kind of, an outgoing young man. And he does a great job for the Tarpons. And, look, that offensive line, he's going to be hard to replace next year.
As left tackle protecting by his blind side. So those are 9 seniors that we've named. We're going to get to the rest throughout the broadcast, but I promise you we're going to honor every single one of those great seniors in the class of 2019 as the Tarpons are about to make their way onto the field. Heck, we actually may have a little bit of a late start time here. It's 6:55. Neither team's on the field. We still got a prayer and a national anthem to get to here in Galliano. In a big Week 10 matchup, the Wildcats need to win this game to go to postseason. The Tarpons are trying to end their season on a positive note.
You see Coach Forsythe giving his troops the last final message.
A lot of emotion on that side, trying to get them roaring here in their final game of the season.
Yep, there he goes with his hand.
Yeah, he likes to.
Yep,
he's embraced the South Louisiana culture, learned how to talk with his hands. Partner, LSU and Alabama tomorrow. Nichols against Houston Baptist. Saints against the Rams. Between LSU and Alabama and the Saints and the Rams, which matchup are you looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to the Saints.
Really?
Matchup, yeah.
Okay. I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Yeah. Look, it's all good games, but I know I'm more of a Saints fan. I know you're not. We'll get into that tomorrow.
But look, even if it were the Cowboys and the Rams, I'd still look forward to LSU and Alabama.
Well, you a big Tiger fan. You went to LSU and stuff.
An alum, man.
Yeah, I didn't. I really don't particularly care for them.
No, I understand. I just like college football more than the professional game.
And I do. I like college football, but it's hard for me to. I'm a Saints fan. Man.
So let me ask you this: can the Saints slow down the Rams?
I don't think they can. I really don't. I think it could be a high-scoring game, and I think the Saints can outscore them. But everybody said, "Oh, the crowd's going to be loud." The crowd doesn't play. Just like on Saturday night, the crowd. Look, Alabama's quarterback played in the second half of the national championship game with all the pressure they had on him. The crowd may affect.
If the crowd didn't affect Ryan Fitzpatrick in the opener, I think that Jared Goff will be okay. We're going to have our coin toss brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company here in just a minute.
And you have all these people saying, well, the Saints are hard to beat at home. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago they were.
Yeah, it's been a little different lately.
Yes.
Who won the World Series?
Hey, Truck, the Red Sox won the World Series, my man.
Boston.
We've gotten that reminder now several times over the last couple of weeks.
And put a whooping on them.
How about this, Coach? This is awesome. Number 20, Jake Gallagher, will be a captain for the Tarpons tonight. Very well deserved. Coin toss brought to you by State Bank and Trust Company. Truck, take it away.
Good evening, gentlemen. Y'all go ahead and shake hands. All right, gentlemen. How y'all feel tonight? Everybody ready to play some good, nice, clean football tonight, right? All right, sportsmanship is the name of the game, gentlemen. We are here to have fun tonight. We got great weather. Let's use it tonight, all right? You are the home team, visitor team. You'll be calling the toss. I got my nice little coin here. Defending the Eagles on the top. That will be heads. American flags on the back. That will be tails. Call in the air. If I drop it, we're going to do it again.
Tails.
Call tails, right? Tails it is. You want the toss. You want to defer to the second half, right? All right. You want the ball. What goal would you like to defend? Kick away from the clock. All right, swing on over this way.
All right, East St. John won and elected to defer.
Tarpons will get the football first. See if South Lafourche could get that triple option rolling early in the game. A little surprised that such an explosive offense is going to not want to take the ball.
There we go. I was waiting for that. Yes.
Much deserved. Now we'll pause for the Star-Spangled Banner and a pregame prayer here in Galliano.
Have a moment of silence so we can start this team off on the right foot.
Father God, I just thank you for bringing all this here, Lord. I just thank you for our football players, Lord. and our cheerleaders. And I just pray that we keep both teams safe tonight. And I pray for the fans and the parents here that are so proud of their sons and daughters, Lord. And I pray for my senior class that we go off on our separate ways, Lord. That as long as we keep you in our side travel, that you just guide us in the right direction. And I just thank you for my brothers and wonderful memories that we have built to each other. And I pray for tonight's game, no matter what the outcome, that there's joy in whatever happens. We pray all in your name.
Calls tonight are presented by Lafourche High School, Tarpons Italian Color Guard, under the direction of Cadet Command Sergeant Major Haley Ryan. Tonight's colors are presented by Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Eliza Bethune, Cadet Captain Gabriel Bird, Cadet First Sergeant Tammy Bankston, and Cadet Sergeant Jamie Shell.
"48 minutes for the rest of your career" for a lot of these seniors here tonight at South Lafourche. We'll be playing some football in just a minute. The Tarpons will receive the ball first. Before we do that, we want to congratulate the South Lafourche swim team winning the district championship at Nicholls State University. The Lady Tarpons came out on top over second place Terrebonne, getting 530 points. The Tarpon men beat Terrebonne with 391 total points. Congratulations to the women's 200 medley relay team, Ali Fournier, Quindon Borda, Caitlin Vizier, and Alana Smith, a new Bayou District record. Alana Smith, 50 free, new Bayou District record. 100 free, Alana Smith, new school and Bayou District record. Mason Dufresne, a new Bayou District record. That's a lot of records being set by these young men and women. Congratulations to all of them for their district championship. Now they move on to state.
And right before kickoff, I want to talk a little just about the crowd. It's a very small crowd, which may mean that we may have a big audience out there on YouTube and stuff. So I don't want you to get nervous, Casey. You have to be on your A game tonight.
Nervous? Why would I be nervous?
I just want to keep you on your A game.
I think we'll be okay. Unless if you know something I don't. Do share me and Cameron Georges are back deep. East St. John has, let's see, that is Bell kicking it away. Tarpons going right to left. East St. John left to right. And we rock and roll. A line drive kick to Georges at the 8-yard line, working up the field. Breaks a tackle, and he'll go down to the 17-yard line. There we saw the team speed. Those Wildcats race down the field in kick coverage. Tarpons will play a 1st and 10.
Expect the Wildcat defense to come with a lot of pressure, shooting gaps. If our guards are going to pull their linebackers, will probably come and fill that gap that the guard will leave open, and hopefully we can get some blocks on the edge and get to the outside, but it's going to be tough dealing.
Just underway. Tarpons in their home blue tops, white trim. East St. John, the visiting whites with the gold trim. Strong side of the field to the left. Bayo under center with Vestal behind him. Man in motion. Baya keeps it, gets across the 20, short gain on the play, pick up about 2.
Wildcats are coming up to the motion side. Brock had a hole there, but their quickness on defense. Still a nice little pickup for the Tarpons.
Heck, they marked him at the 21, picked up 3 on the play. Be 2nd and 7. We can live with 3 yards on first down. Strong side of the field remains to the left. Or excuse me, to the right, rather. Tarpons handed to Vestal up the middle, and he maybe got to the line of scrimmage. East St. John that time, number 13 on the stop. That's Calvin Gardner, Jr. So they give Cameron a little forward, or excuse me, Vestal a little forward progress. It'll be 3rd and about 6.5 or so.
Yeah, it's a type of situation the Tarpons want to stay out of on that 3rd and 6 or 7. Much rather want to get like a 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3.
Ball smack dab in the middle of the field, just underway here. First drive of the game. Baya has Thibodeau in plays on, flanked out. Fake play action. Brock rolls out, has a man open down the field. That's Vestal, caught, and a Golden Motors first down across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Good pitch, good catch. Move the chains.
That's one thing East St. John may not be as disciplined on defense, and Tarpons took advantage of that. They tried to crash in hard on Brock, but with the bootleg. Same play they ran last week for a good pickup.
So Tarpons get an opening drive first down, and I think that, heck, we were talking about the seniors didn't get a chance to give keys to victory. The Tarpons want to stay on the field offensively tonight, almost the entire game if they can. They want to work this clock down.
Pretty much what we did that second quarter last week with that long drive.
Be 1st and 10. Strong side of the field to the right. Baya keeps it and then falls forward, maybe getting to the line of scrimmage. Had the option for the pitch there, but the pressure was near him, so he decided to be safe, fall forward, get about a half a yard.
Look at this spot.
Wow. They just gave the Tarpons about 3 yards on that play. I thought he got to the line of scrimmage. We'll take it, though. They mark him at the 33-yard line. I didn't see that one.
No, and I think Tarpons here stayed in their huddle a good while. They snapped the ball with 6 seconds on the play clock last play.
Already 9:43 and counting here. 2nd and 7 after the generous spot. Baya keeps it, and he goes down. Number 13 that time, Gardner, hit him in the backfield.
Yeah, it's going to be quick if you run that option, trying to get to the outside with East St. John's speed.
So it'll be 3rd and 9 here for the Tarpons. We'll see if they could find a little third down magic again.
I know we got the election coming up on Tuesday. I don't know if Todd Bernard's running for something.
Hey, he's shaking hands, kissing babies in the crowd here. Got Mello working cameras. Strong side of the field to the right for the Tarps here. Baya on a little trap. They hand it off, and they're not going to get the first down. They get across the 35, though. They gain about 5 of the 9 yards they needed.
I like the idea here by the Tarpons. I mean, East St. John very aggressive on defense, trying to catch them out their gaps with the counter.
And the offense is still on the field. Do you maybe try to draw them off sides here? Nope, here comes the punt team. How they say that on the water bar? Last game of the year, Brent. Can't hold anything back now. But Schick Snyder is back out there. Number 1, Jarius Moore will be back deep.
Well, they have a fake. Who knows right here.
Got a scoreboard update after this snap. It's not a good one for fans in Holma. It's a low snap. It gets by Talon. He will pick it up and fall to the turf. So East St. John, it's like a turnover. East St. John will take over the 13-yard line, and the special teams bugaboo bites the Tarpons again.
Not sure that snap just never pretty much got off the ground. Off the ball slipped out the center's hand. I didn't catch who was a snapper, but
there's a worm burner. Never got to him. And that hurts because you were in situation to maybe pin them in their own territory. Now they're deep in the red zone here. It'll be first down for the Wildcats. Their quarterback is number 12, which is Sean Shelby. He has number 2, Tony, in the backfield with him. Trips to the left. They're in the gun. Wildcats hand it off on a little sweep run to Tony. He's inside the 10, inside the 5, going for the end zone. And he's going to be short, but knocked out of bounds, or knocked down rather, near the 1 yard line. That'll be a first down. But there's a flag on the turf. You can't see it because it's covering up the 10 yard line, but there is a flag on the play, and it is on East St. John. Yeah, it was right in the shadow of the yard marker at the 10 yard line. We couldn't see it, but they are walking it off.
Yeah, and these players that get to the outside, those linemen got to stay longer with their blocks. So I tend to hold a few times. So break for the Tarpons.
So first and long. Heck, first and about 17 or so for the Wildcats. Strong side of the field to the right. Trips to the right. Shelby, straight drop, has time. Now he's being flushed out of the pocket, looking to run. No, he shoots it deep down the field for a touchdown. Dante Fleming broke through the defense, and it's 6-0 Wildcats.
Yeah, he broke containment on the outside, and it was that Fleming just made a pretty spectacular catch. He went up and got the ball.
So the Wildcats strike first and take a 6-0 lead. They're going to have number 13, Gardner, on to kick the extra point here. With 7:32 to go in the opening quarter, the Wildcats strike first. They are in a swinging gate. Let's see if they try it. It's one-on-one here at the bottom. Should they opt to try that? Nope, they'll close the gate. Waiting for the snap. Nope, they're going for it. They're going to throw a fade out to number 1, and it falls incomplete. So let's see if the Tarpons can maybe make that point hurt. It's 6-0 East St. John midway through the first quarter. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN New Orleans. In the short field into a touchdown. It's 6-0, and we promised you a scoreboard update. We lost track of it, but it is 7-0 Destrehan early in the first quarter. Thanks to Reggie Easerman for that scoreboard update.
Big E.
He and Mr. Bubba are out at that ball game. Got 2 cameramen out at that ball game as well.
I think Reggie told him he has a coat and tie on tonight on the sideline.
I'm sure that's what he said. It's a line drive kick to Ducherme. He touched it, and it'll go out of bounds. That is a youthful mistake. He probably should have let that one roll. It would have went out of bounds. Instead, the Tarpons will take over at the 10-yard line. Another special teams bugaboo.
Special teams has not been a friend to the Tarpons as of late.
Yep. Kind of spooky, boy. Look at that layer of fog over the softball stadium out there. Some low-hanging clouds in the sky on a chilly night here. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tarpons. They got a long way to go at their 9-yard line. Strong side of the field is to the left. Man in motion. Baya keeps it. Makes the pitch to the outside to Georges, and he's going nowhere. He's dropped at the 5-yard line.
Loss of about 4.
I don't know that we're going to be able to get outside against these guys tonight. Their speed is very apparent.
Yeah, way too much speed.
The thing that was, I mean, you understand what Brock's seeing there. The pitch man was open, but they just closed whatever gaps immediately. It'll be 2nd and about 14.
3-yard loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Tarpons are buried in their own end zone here. 6:50 and counting in the opening quarter. 6-0 East St. John. Plaisance flanked out to the right. Bayo. Inside give to Vestal. He maybe got to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he got stopped around the 5. Heck, yeah, it looked like he might have lost a foot or so on that play.
Spot may have given, that's close, maybe a yard.
Yeah. So it'll be 3rd and awfully long here for the Tarps.
Big for the Tarpons here. You definitely do not want to give another East St. John another cheap opportunity at scoring.
Yeah, even if you just get 5-6 yards here, give a little extra room for your punter. 3rd and about 14 here for South Lafourche. Strong side of the field to the right. They're coming on a blitz. Bayo rolls out, and the Tarpons give the ball to Georges, and he gets across the 10 to the 15. They fooled me there. I didn't see the football at all. Looked like a little trick play, almost like a little Statue of Liberty type play. The Tarpons are short of the first down, but they do pick up about 10 yards on the run.
Yeah, brings back the punt unit.
Yeah. Be 4th and 4, 4th and 3. So that's a play we hadn't seen this season, that last play.
No, I'm anxious to go back and look back at it and see what really happened.
I don't know who had the ball. Schick Snyder will be kicking it, waiting on the snap, which was a problem last time. This time it's better, and it's blocked. And East St. John will pick it up in the end zone. A special teams bugaboo again for the 3rd time, and it's 12-0. I mean, you can't just get manhandled in one phase of the game and have a chance against these guys. You've got to clean those things up.
The snap was there this time. I mean, it was, I believe that's Evan Cloutier was snapping the ball, put a snap right there. Just, you got to give the punter some time.
Yeah. Yeah, there were one guy breaking that wedge against 3, and the guy that only had one won that fight. The extra point try, snap down, kick is up, it looks good, and it is good. So with 5:38 to go, East St. John leads 13-0. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN New Orleans. Punt for a touchdown. East St. John will be kicking it back to the Tarps. I guess if for nothing else, their defense may wear down because they've been scoring on special teams. They kick it down to Georges at the 20. Across the 30, he's hit hard and dropped at the 32-yard line.
Well, nice return by Georges, getting the ball out to the 32-yard line.
That's where the Tarpon offense will take over.
Need to give a special shout out to my mom, Marion Colley. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Miss Marion.
No, she's at home listening in, so happy birthday, Mom.
Ball right at the middle of the field here for the Tarps. 5:31 to go in the opening quarter. Happy you're with us. Bayo waiting on the snap. Inside give, and a nice gain across the 35 to the 37. That's Vestal, pickup of about 5.
If you had to pick one play this year that on offense that we had the most success with.
That's tough. I mean, at times they've hit that inside run effectively. It's been a very inconsistent play, though. What would be your answer?
That dive, that quick dive. I think it's been pretty good for the Tarpons this year.
Yeah. Scoreboard update brought to you by Charles Mike Colley, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission, seat H, 14-0 Destrehan over Terrebonne. Baya again with that dive. Vestal driving forward. He's got the first down if they give him forward progress. And I think they did. He's to the 43-yard line. Golden Motors first down.
The official on the far end is giving the ball 44.
They will spot it at the 43, but yeah, one of those guys out there was just a yard off. Not too bad. They could have ran 2 whole minutes off the clock. 1st and 10 for the Tarpons. That's a Golden Motors first down.
Wildcat defense is coming up. Those linebackers are shooting every play. If we can get by that line of scrimmage,
big play.
We can have some big plays.
Strong side of the field to the right for the Tarpons in their flex set. Baya keeps it and then runs through that same hole the fullback was going to go through. He's taken down after a gain of about 2 to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Brock runs that option. When we're doing a lot of times, not in this offense, but the quarterback would like go down the line of scrimmage. When Brock does, and this is their style where they run it, he's actually going maybe 2 yards back into the behind the line of scrimmage. And with East St. John's quickness, they can just close in way too fast.
Tarpons are being very methodical in that huddle, trying to control time of possession here. Baya. Inside give to Vestal, driving forward to across the 45 to the 47. So set up 3rd and about 6.
Vestal's running hard. Some tough yardage he's picking up.
I'm excited to see him next year. He's got 2 more seasons here. He's a good football player. He's gotten a lot better as the season's going on, too.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Tarpons improving. You want to talk next year, a lot of these freshmen and sophomores are getting a lot of playing time. Good experience for them.
3 minutes and counting here. Tarpons in the flex. Baya tosses it to Joby Hendrix. Getting across the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the play. He stopped short of the first down across midfield, but there is a marker at the 45. We'll check on that.
You would think holding
on South Lafourche. So now does East St. John push him back, or do they make it 4th and 2? Looks like they're pushing him back.
I would.
So now we may get a chance to see the Tarpon passing attack here on what figures to be 3rd and awfully long.
One thing we haven't seen with the Tarpons in their offense is a screen pass. I don't know if we've seen any screen passes this year.
Very few.
We've seen other teams run that against us a little.
See, that's 17, 3rd and 17 here for the Tarps. Strong side of the field to the left. Very costly penalty. Tarpons got to get to the East St. John 47. They're at their own 35. Baya, straight drop. Has a little time. Shoots it to Vestal, who gets near the original line of scrimmage. Gain of about 7 or so. So it will be 4th down. I don't know, man. With the way special teams has been tonight, I'm thinking about maybe trying this one.
Like one of the Tarpon players signaled first down. They were looking at their own.
The original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, why not go for it?
It's your last game of the season. Every time you've tried to punt, something disastrous has happened. They are going to punt it again. We'll see. Got to get the snap down. Got to get some protection for Talon. Wildcats look like they're setting up a return this time. Yep, they sure are. Talon gets the kick away. It's a line drive kick that'll be fielded and juggled at the 30-yard line. Now working up the field is Monroe across the 40 on the right sideline. Now reversing his field, going backwards, and he's got some blockers. 35 trying to get to the outside, 40, 45, and he's going to be dropped at the 48. So he ran about a mile, but ended up only returning it for about 15 yards. East St. John will have nice starting field position.
Nice job, Nathaniel Long. making that stop for the Tarpons, because if not, he can pick up a few more yards on that play.
This will be 1st and 10. First time we see the Wildcats offense not in the red zone. Running some regular stuff here. Strong side of the field will be to the right for the Cats. Waiting on the snap. They're in the gun. It's a little jet sweep run across midfield. There's a flag on the play, 45-40. Getting downhill to the 33. We'll check the marker.
That's going to be holding on the receiver, number 15.
85 ran the football that time. Jackson will check on the flag. Coach Colley thinks it's on East St. John.
Coach Colley knows.
And it is holding on East St. John. The flag was at the 45, so if you do the math, it would be 1st and 14 or 15.
Mr. Casey Gisclair thinks it's going to be 1st and 14 or 15.
It looks like Casey knows, but it's going to be 1st and 14.
There we go.
Wildcats are staying in the gun. 2 receivers to the left. Waiting on the snap. It's going to be an inside run. No, the quarterback keeps it and shoots it deep down the field. There's a flag on the play, and it'll fall incomplete. Maybe interference on Carr. I tell you what, number 12, Shelby sold that fake very nicely. I thought it was an inside give, but he kept it, let the receivers work down the field. And there is a flag in the secondary, and I think this one's going to go against the Tarpons. There was some hand fighting going on, but it was by both guys.
You would think if no one gains an advantage and they just kind of chicken fighting with each other with their hands, that would be a no call.
You would think, but it is interference against the Tarpons. And it will be just enough to get them a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Tarpon 40-yard line.
No, well.
1st and 10 for the Cats. Shelby will be joined in the backfield with Tony. They're running a pistol. Now a shotgun. Shelby, straight drop. Shoots it deep down the field, and that one is going to be caught by number 3, Fleming. Somehow he drug a foot on the sideline. I thought as soon as that pass left his hands that there was no chance he would get that ball in bounds. But they're giving it to him at the 19-yard line, a little out pattern.
Way across the field. That official was right on the play. But
it looked like he was out of bounds by a good bit.
It did.
I mean, maybe he drugged the toe. 1st and 10 for the Cats at the 19-yard line.
Great effort by a young man.
Shelby on an outside run to the right, pitches it to Tony. Maybe a bad decision. He tries to reverse his field. Down he goes at the 24-yard line. East St. John got a little greedy that time, and the Tarpons made him pay a loss of 5.
Austin Danos on the play along with 55. Is it Joby Hendrix?
That may be the end of the first quarter. The Cats don't have to run another play. But they're getting on the ball. They've got 10 seconds to run one.
We've got a special shout out when we get back from the quarter.
Sounds like a winner. Oh, we got some pre-snap movement there. I think the offensive line induced them. We'll see.
Watch a little film in East St. John. I don't know why the clock kept running.
Dead ball offsides on the Tarpons, so it'll be a 5-yard penalty. Coach Forsythe don't agree with that. It looked like the offensive line induced them, though.
Well, I mean, I've seen this on film. They should see. They come down and just get in their stance real quick. That's something that we used to do all the time.
Yeah.
And we draw up, I think when Coach Skanes was here.
Coach Skanes special.
Exactly, that's what they're doing.
They're going to give them an untimed down here, which should be the end of the quarter. The clock is on 0. The official doesn't see it, or who knew he would be lost. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. With our score, East St. John 13, South Lafourche 0. After 1, we'll be back in a minute on ESPN New Orleans. We think, wait, hold on, Joe, they're discussing this. There may be an untimed down here.
Well, the clock never stopped when they threw the penalty, so they should have some time on the clock. Now, does the clock start?
He was saying yes. So they're going to put 2 seconds in there, going to run the clock, which should end the quarter. The fans are letting them know what they think about this pause in action.
And watch them let it
Now
run.
we start it, and they don't start it. Now that'll be the end of the first quarter. It's a bit of a circus, but it's been a circus all year. Let's take a 1-minute break. It's 13-0 East St. John after the first quarter on ESPN New Orleans. After one, we have Hanville 14, H.L. Bourgeois 0, Andrew Robinson 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter. So doesn't look like he's missing a beat. Here we have 13-0 East St. John. They'll play a second and awfully long. Waiting to rock and roll here. Strong side of the field to the left for the Cats. You know what? I misspoke. It's not second and awfully long because they had the 5-yard penalty, so it's 2nd and 9. There in the gun, Shelby and Tony. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. A tight end also flanked to the left. Waiting on the snap. Shelby, straight drop, shoots it down the middle of the field to the tight end. That's going to be a walk-in. Hoaxie Brown, 6'3", 225, scored an easy touchdown there. The Tarpons didn't have an answer for that one. It's 19-0. I remember this young man, Shelby, last year at quarterback. Thought he was really good then. He's better now. He is very polished out there in the pocket.
It's not the East St. John team of the past. They are very
They know what they're doing, yeah.
Yes. They have structure to what they're doing.
And that's scary for everyone in 5A, as I think they just drew the Tarpons off. They didn't call it, though. The snap for the extra point is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 11:56 to go in the second quarter, it's 20-0 East St. John. We'll keep it right here, though. We just had an end of the quarter commercial break.
Rock Thibodeau, Reggie Easeman giving us those scores. It's now 14-7. Destrehan.
Go Tigers. I would love to see Terrebonne, at least, if for nothing else, make that game really a dogfight for 4 quarters.
A special shout-out viewers out in Atlanta, Texas. Again, watching us on YouTube. They're getting ready to – they're cooking a gumbo. They have a big fair that they're cooking out for tomorrow. Michael Colley along with his gang with Emmett Bruce, and I'm sure Wayne Shermy's out there with them. So hope they have a good time and enjoy the broadcast.
A gumbo in Texas. I'm sure the people out there will really enjoy that.
And I'm sure they will be tuning in tomorrow morning for Sports Corner.
Absolutely.
We got a little special surprise for tomorrow morning.
Hopefully the weather in Texas is as good as it is here. It's a beautiful night for football. East St. John so far has taken advantage of it. They lead 20-0. Tarpons are about ready to receive this kick, now going left to right. Sheremy and George is back deep. It's a line drive kick that'll be fielded by Sheremy at the 20-yard line across the 25, 30, breaking tackles, gets taken down across the 35. So good job there by Deuce, man. He's explosive with the ball. And he gets to the 36-yard line. The Tarpons will take over there.
I want to send special congratulations out to former Tarpon head coach and a longtime assistant coach, Tommy Gisclair, became a grandpa.
Oh, awesome.
Today. Congratulations to Dustin Gisclair and his wife Amanda on the birth of twins.
Twins, yes. Being a grandpa once is great, but being a grandpa twice is even better. Congratulations, Coach. Tarpons will have the strong side of the field to the left here. In their flex set. Baya. Inside give to Vestal across the line of scrimmage, falling forward to about the 38-yard line. Gain of about 2.
Okay, so we got to go. We got to say a hello out there to our basketball manager. One of our basketball managers does a good job for us. Giovanni Jimenez.
Gio's listening?
Gio's listening in.
What's going on, Gio? Tarpons will play a 2nd and 7 here. I want to explain something after this play for a lot of folks that are listening. Baya. It's a little counter run and then gets across the line of scrimmage across the 40 to about the 42. The point I was going to make is a lot of folks see me around or message me, you know, why when the other team has the ball, you say the formation, but when the Tarpons have the ball, you don't. Because the Tarpons run the same formation every play. They run the flex, which is Baya under center, a fullback behind him, and 2 wingbacks on each side with receivers flanked on each side as well. So there's not much variety in their formation selection. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'd have to literally say that every single play.
And what happened here, East St. John's coming up with the motion, and Tarpons trying to catch him off guard and come with that quarterback counter. But again, speed.
3rd and 3 here for the Tarps. Got to get to the 46-yard line. Baya keeps it, drives forward. Boy, he got more than I thought he would. He got across the line of scrimmage near the 45, actually near the sticks with the spot. It's going to be about a yard short. 4th and 1. Ain't no way I'm punting right here. Your defense and special teams have shown no resistance so far. You got to stay on the field. And they are. 9:48 and counting, 20-0 East St. John. Tarpons looking to make a game of it. We need a yard, a full yard. We're at the 45. We've got to get to the 46. Brock waiting on the snap. It's a quarterback sneak. He's got it easily. That's a Golden Motors first down. He got to the 47-yard line that time.
That's also been a good play for us.
Yep. So Tarpons are on the move. Clock will start after briefly pausing to set the chains. Tarpons know what they're up against tonight. They're being very methodical, taking a long time in the huddle. Baya waiting on the snap. Play clock down to 5. They do get the snap off. Brock keeps it on the outside, tries to cut back in, going nowhere. He loses yardage that time. That's number 13 on the stop. Calvin Gardner, boy, we've called his name out a ton tonight. He's one hell of a football player. Loses a yard on the play.
Yeah, again, we going back in the backfield before we're trying to get up the field. When we're doing that against a defense as aggressive as East St. John and quick, it's going to be tough running.
Yeah, east-west on the compass tonight is going to be tough.
Yeah, we're getting hit. Look, give credit to our, Brock and Aaron Vestal and Cameron Georges. They're gaining yards after contact.
2nd and 11 for the Tarps. Ball smack dab in the middle of the field. Baya with a jet sweep to Georges, and there's a flag on the play, and that's unfortunate because it looked like they had that one blocked pretty well. But it's a pre-snap flag. Let's see who it's on.
And people might be saying, well, how can they be getting yards after contact when they're losing a yard? They're getting hit 3 yards behind.
Dead ball false start on the Tarpons there. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if you get hit 4 yards in the backfield and get to the line of scrimmage, then you are gaining yards after contact.
They may have caught him right here. We said it last week. It looks like our offensive line, the left side, is getting off the ball a little quick before the snap. They may have caught him right here.
I think you're right on that one. 2nd and 16.
Not ever going to go there.
My man thinks I'm going to disagree with him for everything. We agree far more than we disagree, man. 2nd and 16. It's a little counter run off tackle. Joby trying to break the corner, and he's going to get a couple to about the 44-yard line.
Just keeping it fun.
Not much on that one, but he got a few.
Third and long for the Tarpons.
7:43 and counting.
See, the Tarpons may want to come instead of getting these third and longs, maybe first, second down, try and put the ball in the air a little bit and see what happens.
This play, they do have 3 receivers on the field. George is in the slot, plays on his flank left, Thibodeau flanked right. Baya keeps it and gets crushed. Looked like there was a lot of inside penetration. It blew up the fake, and then Brock went down in a hurry. I don't know if they were trying to set up a pass there or if that was like a bootleg, but either way, East St. John blew it up. It'll be 4th and long.
Yeah, absolutely no chance on that play. They just came across.
Chick Snyder back deep to punt it away. Got to be careful here because we saw the explosiveness the last time they punted it away. Tarpons running down that play clock. There's the snap. They're setting up a return. Talon gets off a beauty high in the air with some depth to it. It'll bounce at the 25. The return man picks it up at the 20, gets up the field, and he's tripped up at the 28-yard line. There's a little bit of a miscue there. The Tarpons let that ball bounce, but then forgot about the return man. He just stepped up, said, okay, I'll take it, and got about 8 extra yards down the field.
You have to be alert on special teams because that ball can hit that turf and come up, and they're ready. One bounce, they can get it and run with it. And
that's a good question that I like to ask while we got a little bit of a pause. Is that, okay, now this is our first full season with the turf. What are some of the advantages, disadvantages? What are some things that we're seeing here, athletic department-wise, having this thing out here?
Well, I don't like our record on it first.
After this play, we'll toss it out to Tony Boy. He's got a nice hole, 35, 40. Look at them blocking. There's a flag on the play. He gets across midfield to the 38. We think this is on East St. John, but we'll ferret it out.
The turf help.
It is holding on East St. John, partner.
It helps the coaching staff not having to paint the field a day or two before the game. It helps me out not having to fertilize and cut the field. I did that a lot, and also the coaches that give a hand in that you don't have to spend that time getting the field ready, and you don't have to worry. It helps out the middle schools that no games have to be canceled. You're playing on it. You don't have to worry about a game being canceled. So it helps out in every way.
Critics like to say, oh, you get more concussions. I was talking to trainer Ryan Barbier early. He said we haven't had any increase in anything like that. Trips to the right for the Wildcats here on 1st and 12. They toss it out to Tony. Austin Danoff's chasing him. Can he get him down? Yes, he can. He pushes him out of bounds after a short gain. Good pursuit there by Austin. Short gain on the play.
You know, also you get kids here on weekends playing in a little flag football league that they have. So it's a win-win. The band can get on here and practice without having to worry about muddying the field up or marching in mud. So it's going to help soccer, baseball.
State band competition tomorrow in Lafayette. Got a reporter going on out to that. Strong side of the field to the left here. Trips that way. Shelby throws a little swing pass across the 30. 35, breaking tackles. He's got a first down to the 44-yard line. Tarpons thought there was a little holding going on the edges. That was number 84 for the Wildcats. Raydale Jackson making the grab.
That's a nice job blocking downfield by the receivers.
Coach, one of the scary things about this team is you look at the roster and some of the guys that are making plays, there's not a lot of senior playmakers. That young man there was a sophomore. The quarterback's a junior. There's an inside run to Tony. Picking through the line, not getting much there, a few. About the 47, gain of about 3.
See Brock Byer coming in on defense along with Alex Lafourche.
That's good. 5-10 and ticking, 20-0 Wildcats.
Got some guys playing both ways.
You've only got one more shot at it. Why not leave it all out on the table? Straight drop. East St. John shoots one deep down the field. They've got a man. It's going to be dropped, but there's a flag on the play in the secondary. Some hand fighting going on between the defensive back and the receiver. The flag is at the 23-yard line. Kevin Hernandez was in coverage.
I would say this can go offense.
Yeah, Kevin really wasn't gaining any advantage at all there. They were both fighting one another. And then the East St. John receiver got a little separation there at the end. But let's see. The offense has retreated, which may be good news. We've got pass interference on the defense. Of course we do. First down, Wildcats.
Bar these binoculars and look at the official over there. I'm not going to.
First and 10 for the Cats. 4:53 to go in the half. Ball now at the 39-yard line after the penalty.
He's consistent.
Yeah.
Right? I mean.
Yeah. A couple of times now.
Both of them, so. Can't argue if they're consistent.
Trips to the left for the Cats, and we've got that little shift again, drawing the Tarpons off. As a defensive lineman, boy, you just got to be more disciplined than that because, I mean, they're not even ready to go. Shouldn't be firing out. They're not even at the line of scrimmage. Dead ball offsides on the Tarpons. The coaches are very frustrated, but I think these are the right calls here. They're not set, so they could still move. The little flinch that they're doing is getting themselves set. We've benefited from that for about 5 years on special teams. We'd make the opponent jump off sides on every extra point. They give it to Tony on a sweep. He's across the 20, driving forward to about the 16. That's a nice gain. Pickup of about 15 or 16 on the run will be a first down for the Wildcats. See, Tony is a senior.
Yep, the Skane special because we've done it many times.
Trips now to the right for the Cats. First and 10. Shelby gives it to Tony on the inside. Nothing this time. That was Shane Billiot on the stop. They're getting some yardage on the outside, but, boy, the middle ain't very free. The Tarpons are doing a good job bottling that up.
And that's one thing constant. You're going to get an effort from Shane Billiot.
Yep, you ain't lying. 2nd and 9 here. Wildcats hurrying up. Shelby with a swing pass out to the outside, dropped. It was intended for number 3, Fleming. There were some Tarpons in pursuit, but it'll be 3rd and 9 now. Let's see if that defense could stiffen up.
Elijah Barnett checking in for the Tarpons. Looks like Matthew Mathena coming out.
Cats looking to the sideline. Let's see if we could find their offensive coordinator here on the list. Chris Peters giving the call to his young men. Trips to the right. Shelby. Straight drop, swings it out to his back, who is wide open. 10-5, he's hit at the 5 and knocked out of bounds near the 3. But, boy, he was wide open. That's number 26, Reginald Foster, a junior. And they've got a first down.
I love what East St. John's doing on offense, man. They spreading the field, they hitting the ball inside.
They're
runs,
doing things that make sense.
Getting the ball to their athletes out in space.
Yep. They play a 1st and goal. Make a point after this play. They hand it off to Tony off left tackle, and he's going to get into the end zone. It's 26-0 Cats. Now, the point I was going to make is, okay, they're number 30 right now. Let's say they go on and win this game. They jump maybe 28, 27, whatever it may be. I haven't done the math. As the 6 or 7 seed, do you really want to face these guys?
No. No. And, look, they're not going to move up a whole lot because you beating a team that only won 2 games. So I don't think they'll jump up a whole, but it all depends on people around you if they win or lose.
Yeah.
So they could, the possibility is there.
There's an injured Tarpon on the field. This injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center. That is, looks like, see if we could maybe zoom in there, Todd. I'm trying to see who that young man is. Coach Kiley may help us out there. I know he's got an extra set of eyes as well.
They're being blocked.
29.
Zachary Petry.
Yeah, Zach Pete. Hopefully he's okay. Yep, and it looks like maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. He's going to come to the sideline. We hope he's able to get back out there. We wouldn't want his final game to end that way. But he is jogging with a little pep to his step. Yeah, back to the point we're making. East St. John is a team that lost to Destrehan because of a missed extra point. That's one of the best teams in 5A. They played Terrebonne close. I mean, they've got some skins under their belt as the extra point is up and good.
And they're coming in here, the power rankings number 30, knowing if you lose, you might drop down 32 or 33. But if you're 32, congratulations, you just earned a trip to West Monroe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's not a trip that you want to make.
You do not want to travel there. So with a win, they can pretty much guarantee themselves that they're out of that mess with traveling up there.
West Monroe University. 27-0 after the extra point try. 4:08 to go. We'll keep it right here, because we know we got the halftime break coming up here in just a minute.
Okay, so let's shout out one of our seniors, number 51, yeah. Alex Lafourche, center this year. Hardworking young man. Doesn't get a lot of credit, but look, every play starts off with him getting the ball to Brock so we can have the play start. So Alex does a good job. And, again, as a freshman, go back in middle school, he ran the football a little bit, ran it a little bit as a freshman. Last year ran it, also plays basketball, good track athlete. So all-around great athlete in Alex Lafourche.
Gonna get one more after this kickoff, which the Cats booming in the air. Line drive that goes to Ducherme at the 12-yard line, across the 20. Working through the middle of the field, goes down to the 26-yard line where the Tarpons will take over there. Tell me about Nathaniel Long, Coach Collar.
And for people just tuning in, we started this in our pregame show where we go ahead and we're going to talk about each one of our seniors this year, give them our salute to them. Number 54, Nathaniel Long, hardworking young man. The improvement he made from a freshman to his senior year is unbelievable. It is tremendous, the amount of work that he put in, and he works hard. And he did a great job. He's a tough kid, and he grew a lot.
Yeah.
And he did a great job for the Tarpons this year playing defense.
1st and 10 for the Tarpons at the 26-yard line. Baya with the strong side of the field to the left. Keeps it and trying to get to the original line of scrimmage. I don't think he did so. Maybe lost a yard on the play. For folks that want to hear more of those senior profiles, we did a bunch of them before the game. Just rewind your YouTube video. We'll get a few more here at halftime as well. Finish out that senior class.
You got to give credit to the senior class for sticking it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very easily they could have just packed it in, but they did not. It's tons of credit to these young men.
2nd and long for the Tarps. Cheerleaders are zooming some footballs into the stands. A lot of happy fans making some grabs. Strong side of the field to the right. By a inside gift to Vestal. Nice gain, driving across the 30-yard line. Picked up about 6. If the Tarpons, and I think one of the big keys, if South Lafourche is going to run this offense again next year, and all indications are they probably will, Vestal on the inside is doing a great job. I think he's secured that position. We've got to find some outside threats for next season, because right now Georges and Jeremy are the two flankers. They're both graduating. Tarpons got to find some guys who could hit those tall sweeps and those pitch plays. That'll be a big point of emphasis in the offseason.
That's a good point.
Yep. 3rd and 6. Baya, inside gift to Vestal, falling forward, short of the first down, but picked up about 3. Clock running 2:24 and counting in the second quarter. East St. John up 27-0.
And you look offensive line, we're losing center Alex Lafourche. Left tackle, Kieran Pate. Right tackle, Talon Schick-Snyder.
Yeah, you got your 2 guards back. That's it.
So we got some work. We got to replace these big guys up front.
Tarpons are going to go for it here. It's 4th and about 2.
And also we didn't get the start tonight, but Evan Clouche.
Yeah. Losing the quarterback, losing one of the flankers, and be tough. Bio on a toss sweep to Double Deuce, trying to get wide and going nowhere. He's dropped at the 27-yard line. East St. John will take over there. The inside yardage is just, or excuse me, the outside yardage has just been tough sledding tonight. They're too fast. And the Wildcats now, I believe, with all 3 timeouts, will take over here with 1:45 to go.
Well, you gave them a very short field.
Yeah. And they're getting the ball to start the second half. Shelby joined in the backfield by Foster. Straight drop. has a little time, shoots a little out pattern, be caught at the 23. Driving forward near the 20 is number 3, Fleming. He is tackled inbounds, gain of about 6 on the play. Good little pitch and catch, but the Tarpon defense corralled and made a quick open field tackle.
Up 27-0. East St. John will not sit on the ball.
Heck no. 2nd and 2. Fleming looking down the field, shoots one towards the end zone. That is over the head of, or excuse me, that wasn't Fleming. That was Shelby to Fleming, and it falls incomplete. My apologies.
Had him open, overthrew him in the back of the end zone.
1:09 to go in the half. Clock stops on the incompletion, 3rd and short.
If you look on East St. John's part, not a bad idea on 2nd and 2.
And they've had some success with those long pass patterns. Sean Shelby, 6 foot 146 on the program. He looks heftier than 146 to me. He's putting on a little muscle. He's a junior. He'll be back next year. Trips to the left. He is alone in the backfield. Straight drop. Shoots a little out pattern. Dropped off the shoulder pads of number 84, which was Raydell Jackson. He was very frustrated with himself because he knows he would have got the first down had he caught that one.
Yeah, classic case, trying to turn and run before he caught the football.
The Wildcats are keeping their offense on the field, which is not a big surprise. I don't think they got the leg to make this kick. 1:05 to go in the half. See if the Tarpons can get a stop here.
Don't jump off sides.
Waiting on the snap. Quarterback pitches it out to the left, across the 20. They've got a first down and more to about the 13-yard line. That's 26 on the carry, Reginald Foster. So the Wildcats get a first down. Clock stops with 57 seconds for them to set the chains.
They'll call a timeout.
Yep, not a bad idea. They've got 2 more.
Continue our senior salute.
Sure.
Number 55, Joby Hendrix. Joby's a young man. He's kind of quiet. You don't hear much from him. But, again, he works hard. In the last couple of weeks, he's been getting a chance to play, and he produced early in the game, making a nice tackle for the Tarpons behind the line of scrimmage. He works hard, and I'm glad to see he's getting a chance to finish out his senior career on the football field. And, again, quiet, but he does his talking on the field. So a great job by Joby Hendrix this year. It brings us to number 65, Evan Cloutier. I can go on and on about this young man. Just a super young man. Very polite. He got some size to him now. He works hard, and again, we talked about working hard in the weight room. This young man works hard in the weight room, and I'll continue in a second.
Trips to the right, East St. John with a new quarterback on a little sweep, trying to get outside. What a tackle by Dylan Emar, drops him for a big loss. That's Marcus Jackson on the sweep run. The Tarpons drop him for a loss of 3 or more than that, about 5 or 6. Clock running, 43 seconds and counting. Surprised they didn't call their second time out here. They're wasting a lot of time, 38, 37. They're still not set. Oh, that was a mistake by the Wildcats. They get their new quarterback, Shelby, their starter, back in. They finally get the snap off. Straight drop, he's being pressured. He beats the pursuit. He's running to the right, and he gets out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Gain of about 7-8 yards there. Coach, your point on Evan Cloutier?
Yeah, just a polite young man. You see him in the hall, he'll tell you hello. And, again, his freshman year, he worked hard, offensive lineman for us, and he just continued to get better and better and better each year. Ended up starting his senior year for the Tarpons and got tons of playing time. And that's a young man that's going to be hard to replace. Also, a deep snapper does a great job on the Tarpon special teams.
Trips to the left on this 3rd and 6 play for East St. John. 21 seconds on the clock. They've got 2 timeouts. They could use the whole field here. Shelby throws a little swing pass, incomplete, intended for number 9, Hoaxie Brown. I don't know if the timing was off there. It didn't look like he was even looking for the ball, and it falls incomplete with 17 seconds on the clock. Tarpons dodge a bullet there, but they had some blocking down the field for Brown.
They even have that glare. Maybe like last week, I know we had a glare. No, they have a glare. He's not.
Not today. Wildcats are going for it. They've got 17 seconds. It's 4th and 6. Trips to the left. Shelby, straight drop. He's being pressured. Now he rolls to his left. He's got plenty of room out there if he wants to run. He cuts it up the field. and he will get hit at the end zone and then waltz in. He was hit hard by Kevin Hernandez and kind of spun off of that and got into the end zone. The Wildcats add a score with 6 seconds to go in the half. It's now 33-0.
Yeah, when Kevin hit him, he'd have picked up the first down. But if it had hit him and it just came with a form tackle, it is almost like he thought he was playing touch football. If it had come up and just hit him hard, he did hit him hard, but if he'd have wrapped him up, he could have made the play.
Extra point. The snap is down. The kick is up. And it is good. That is Keith Cartwright. So with 6 seconds to go before halftime, we're going to just keep it here and go to our halftime break in a minute as the Wildcats add to their lead. Partner, tell me about Gavin Zarang.
Gavin Zarang did not play football as a freshman. We tried our best to get him out to come play, but he played his next 2 years. And I know Coach Boudreaux was offensive line coach who does a great job with our young men, was very, very high on Gavin Zarang. I think they moved him a little bit on the defensive side of the ball this year. Again, solid player for the Tarpons up on defense. Can play offense, can play defensive line. Very unfortunate for Gavin. Came up with an injury that ended his season a couple of weeks ago, but also a great young man, and I'm sure the Tarpons are proud to have him coming out and play for him.
Number 72, Talon Schicksnyder, punter and lineman.
First of all, when you think of Talon Schicksnyder, best punter in the state. Hands down. I've yet to see a punter that can compete with Talon. Also plays some offensive line. Great kid, very polite, works hard. And look, all these kids, I know it's over and over, works hard, works out, but they do. Yeah. They're in that weight room. I see it every day passing by. They do work hard. And Talon is an offensive lineman for us. Great punter for the Tarpons.
We got a scoreboard update or two after this kick with 6 seconds left in the half. East St. John leading 34-0. And the kick is away. It's a knuckleball that should go out of bounds, and it does. So scoreboard update brought to you by Charles Mike Colley, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission seat H. At halftime, Thibodaux 14, Central Lafourche 14.
Oh, surprising.
Yeah, I am a little surprised by that. St. James leads St. Charles Catholic 7-0 at halftime. Last we heard, Destrehan was leading Terrebonne 14-7. I see a tweet from my buddy John Ditch. Says that Terrebonne versus Destrehan is getting heated extracurricular activity. Oh, we just got Reggie Easeman just shot us a tweet, 28-7 Wildcats, 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Thanks, Coach E.
Hopefully they can keep all that nonsense out the game and do not ruin what was a great build-up to a great high school game.
And you don't want to get suspended or thrown out and got to miss the next weekend. You missed the first playoff game. That'd be disastrous. Tarpons got maybe one more snap, maybe two more here. 6 seconds to go on the 35-yard line. Baya, inside give. Little or no gain, and that should do it here in the first half. With our halftime score, East St. John 34, South Lafourche 0. We'll take a 3-minute halftime break. We'll finish our senior profiles, and we'll talk some sports here on ESPN New Orleans. Good defense. He said the most important thing, they've got coaching. He said bluntly, Brandon Brown, defensive coordinator, athletic director, head coach, he said he's doing a great job. And the key word he said is East St. John is more disciplined now than they've been in the past. The first half, we've seen that, man. No pre-snap penalties, no nonsense off the field or anything like that. They're in the right position, and offensively, they're not trying to be too complex. They're just spreading the field, throwing short, quick passes to guys in space. They're doing a lot of things schematically that make sense, and they're taking advantage of their strengths. Coach Brown got these boys playing hard and playing smart.
Coach Menard is not being like not talking coach speak where you're just going to, go ahead and compliment the opposing coach. We've been hearing that from different coaches.
Yeah, several.
In the area. So, yes, he's doing a great job, and it's obvious. It's obvious with the results on the field tonight.
So for the Tarpons, we are back live, audio-wise on YouTube. Let's keep going our senior train here. Tell me about Noah Plaisance, wide receiver number 82.
Number 82, Noah Plaisance. Started out as a freshman. Really, I was a smaller kid, but the thing that sticks out with Noah, he came out and worked hard and earned a spot at the starting receiver for the Tarpons, and he does a tremendous job of blocking cornerbacks and downfield. His small stature, but he has his technique is so good that he gets away with being a little bit smaller maybe than the cornerbacks that he's going up against when he's blocking. And when asked to, he caught the ball and he knows what to do with the football. He turned upfield for positive yardage. So, again, Noah Plaisance did a solid job for the Tarpons at receive. I know not many passes were thrown his way, but when you look at the entire game, his blocking ability was second to none. He did a super job for the Tarpons.
Matthew Mathena, Big Red.
Big Red, Matthew Mathena. He came out, he started off playing his freshman year and just aggressive on defense, a nose for the football. This young man, he's growing and growing, getting stronger, and did a great job for the Tarpons on defense, and made a lot of plays for him. And one thing, again, we talked about Zachary Petry having a motor. Matthew Mathena has a motor on him, and he's just a great young man to be around on campus. Quiet.
The kids really like him.
Yeah, and he's, I'll find he's quiet. He might not be quiet around the kids, but yeah, he's well liked by everybody on the school campus.
Now, manager Elizabeth, how you say that last name?
I'm not sure.
Castaneda?
Castaneda.
We hope we're saying it right. We're sorry, Elizabeth, if we're not saying it right.
Yeah, outstanding young lady. She works hard. She could have gave it up because she wants to play different sports, and I think she may play soccer, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but she comes out, and look, our managers in every sport don't get the credit that they deserve. And she came out here, and she works extremely hard. And it's a job in itself to keep our trainer Ryan Barbier in place. So she does a great job.
I think Ryan's going to listen to that and maybe disagree with that. We thank some of our sponsors, State Bank and Trust Company. Banking you can count on, member FDIC, Vision Communications, your local provider for TV, internet, home security, and automation. Learn more at viscom.net. Jimmy T. Jim LaFawn, number 69, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission, seat C. Golden Motors, where price is priority, your hometown Chevy Buick dealer. Chris Gode Investments. Call the winning team at Chris Gode for all your retirement needs, 632-6049. PCM, Mike Fazy Sr., thanks for 22 years of support. John Mellis on number 72, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission, seat G. Total Urgent Care. Get in, get out, and get well. Highway 3162 in front of Walmart in Galliano. State Senator Gary Smith, best of luck to all area teams. And we've got a few more that we'll thank after this break. But before we do that, scoreboard updates from Charles Mike Colley, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission, seat H. Central Lafourche 14, Thibodeau 14 at half. How about this one? E.D. White 7, Vanderbilt 0 at half. St. James 7, St. Charles Catholic 0 at half. Hanville 27, H.L. Bourgeois 0 at half. Destran 28, Terrebonne 7 in the second quarter. I see from Eric Ritchie, does an excellent job highlighting the kids out in the city. Said Andrew Robinson closed the first half with a 28-yard touchdown pass to sophomore Kobe Lorio on a 3rd and long play with less than 30 seconds to go in the second quarter. We talked about this East St. John team entering the playoffs, 28-29, low seed. Hondo's got an all-state quarterback now, and they're going to be in the 20s as well. I don't know that anybody's going to be raising their hand and saying, hey, I want to play those guys. They're going to be a dangerous team in that bracket when it comes out on Sunday.
And let's not forget, this young man can also play basketball now. He's a pretty good basketball player. So if he chooses to, I'm not sure what he'll do. He may want to concentrate on football just to get a scholarship. He may get out there on the hardwood, and that's going to be it's going to help them out in that District 5A.
Brutally
the
tough.
5A district, local 5A district. I'm glad we don't have any part of having to defend that.
Let's take a 3-minute commercial break. It's halftime. East St. John leads 34-0 over the Tarpons. We'll be back in 3 on ESPN New Orleans. My partner, Coach Brian Colley, right before we got back from this break, let out an oh my. So what you got, bro? What we looking at there?
Halftime score. I don't know if you gave a halftime score. Thibodeau Destrehan.
I did not. No.
Destrehan 35-7.
Hey, Terrebonne is taking one on the chin out on the river, but and there's always a but to everything. Even if they don't come back, even if they lose that game, they're going to be a high seed. Don't give up on that team, Homa. Go and support them boys next Friday night at home. As they're still going to be playing a low-seeded team, have a chance to make a little playoff run. There are a lot of teams that lose to Destrehan.
And they're saying tempers are starting to flare. Not a very good call game from the report that we're getting.
Yeah.
And that Destrehan is getting every call.
Out on the river, sometimes them things happen. Here it's 34-0. East St. John leads South Lafourche at halftime. We got the Sports Corner tomorrow. We're going to talk high school. We're going to go to all these websites that have power ranking projections, and we're going to try to figure out the bracket and come up with some sleepers in 5A, 4A, and Division I, Division II, whatever it may be. But we're also going to talk some college football as well. LSU's going to be playing Alabama. You're an Alabama guy. I'm an LSU guy. But we both, I think, sort of agree in this game in terms of the Tigers have a puncher's chance, maybe not a great chance, but I think LSU should be able to move the ball a little bit, as in years past they weren't. Alabama has not yet been challenged this year, and I think one of the keys for LSU, man, is if they could get it to the middle of the third quarter, early fourth quarter, still having a puncher's chance. Alabama hasn't played to a fourth quarter snap all year long. I don't know that they're going to know how to win those close games yet, but LSU's got a lot of football to play to get it to that point, having a chance to win.
Yeah, this may sound crazy, but LSU, from my opinion here, they recruit athletes to beat Alabama. That's
I don't think
there's
any secret.
They are trying. That's their goal, to beat Alabama. And the last few years, this game has been close. It's not a blowout one way or the other. And if the Tigers can keep it close, obviously, yeah, they have a great chance in that fourth quarter. But the key is to keep it close.
Yeah.
And again, we talked last week about, I think, special teams could have a big impact. But if it comes down to a field goal, obviously LSU has the better field goal kicker. But I'm more concerned with the special teams. The Tiger fans need to be concerned with Alabama's return game
is dominant
in the special games. would be if it's kickoff or punt returns. They need to be ready for that. And Tua, you're playing in the national championship, coming in the second half. So the pressure, I don't think will have any impact on him. Noise level, that could be a factor possibly. But I think it's going to be a good game. And given the Tigers, if it's 14, 15 points,
it's a lot, man.
That is a lot of points. And look, and it may, if Alabama would happen to cover, it may very well be toward the end of the game.
A backdoor.
That it could happen. But
one of the big things that I was telling my buddy in terms of the betting line was Alabama plays, say, Missouri or Ole Miss. They get a lead early, they're going to try and score more. They get a lead early in Death Valley, they're going to try not to make mistakes. I don't know that they're going to – I mean, sure, if they can extend wide, they will. But I don't know that they're going to be throwing the ball late with a big lead in the fourth quarter. That's why I think that 14.5 points, I don't know. Because Alabama in a lot of games are trying to score a ton, showcase their guys. Against LSU, they're trying to win by 1 point. They're trying to get out of there and get that win at any means necessary. So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, and look, things have been going right for the Tigers.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying luck, but things have been going their way. The Auburn game, they converted big 3rd and long, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 12 plays where their receivers made some outstanding catches. And, look, they made the plays. You got to give them credit. Then the Georgia game, what is it, fourth downs? They went for and made it. And, again, they made those plays. Can they continue doing that, making those big plays in these big games? If they do, they deserve to be in the top 4 for sure, but they deserve.
So let me ask you this. If LSU loses tomorrow, but let's say it's 21-20 or 24-20, real close, hard-fought game, either team could have won. The highest-ranked two-loss team is, I think, number 7 or number 8 right now. LSU certainly would be the highest two-loss ranked team if they lose close to Alabama. I would think that would be fair. I think looking at some of the schedules and some of the things that could go, I don't know that LSU's necessarily out of the top 4 if they lose tomorrow, assuming it's close. They would need a little bit of help and some things to go their way. But if they are the only team all year long that challenges Alabama, they may have a chance at the end of the season to get, if not get in that top 4, get awfully close.
Yeah, and again, yeah. And it all depends what Alabama does the rest of the year.
Yeah, of course.
But, I would think with the 4 here, you lose to the number 1 team, you drop a few spots. I wouldn't think you drop maybe 7, 8 at the worst.
And you never know.
And depending on what happens with the other teams, obviously.
Yeah.
But the thing with them, they don't get into the SEC championship.
And that hurts.
It does if it could help if the right team for them wins.
That's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Sometimes not being there ends up helping you out at the end of the day. But here it's halftime, 34-0 East St. John. Let's take Joey D just a 1-minute commercial break. We're going to have the second half kickoff right out of this break on ESPN New Orleans.
Hello, friend.
So we've got one half to go in our season. It's 34-0 East St. John. We're about to start the second half. The Wildcats will possess first. Tarpons will be kicking it away. We've not seen one of these today, an East St. John kick return. I'd imagine they probably got some athletes and some speed. We've got to be careful here.
Mr. Just Claire, where are you going to be Monday evening?
At Happy Games, I believe, at 6 o'clock. Tarpon Round Ball Club meeting. That'll be awfully fun.
Kicking off our Round Ball Club meetings at Happy Games.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. Coach Kale, Coach Terrebonne. Heck, if volleyball is still alive, Coach Terrebonne may be able to do double duty, talk about both sports. Yeah, that'll be exciting. Now, you're going to have to bear with us. It's not every Monday. The schedule's going to vary a little bit. But we are going to be having a once-a-week basketball show over on the AM.
Yeah, invite everyone come in and give it a listen or come to Happy Games.
Yeah, come join us.
Get a meal. I believe it's $10. Get yourself a meal and talk Tarpon basketball.
Maybe stick around, watch a little Monday Night Football after the show as well. Have a good time with us. Torres has the ball on the tee. East St. John has number 1, Monroe, and number 12, which is Shelby. It's an onside kick that East St. John recovers and may take to the house. Number 23, Sterling, will go all the way. He got a high hop. The Tarpons over pursued, and it's 40-0 Wildcats. Special teams, bugaboo. We say it again for about the 4th or 5th time tonight.
Well, they had a good bounce.
Yeah.
You know.
So the Wildcats add to their lead. I don't know what we could say there. And the shame of it wasn't a bad onside kick. It took a high hop.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah, the kick did bounce up high.
The guy just caught it out of the air and was off to the races. The snap on the extra point is down. The kick is up. Does not look good. It hits the upright and falls no good. So it's 41-0. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break. When we get back, 40-0. Let's take a 1-minute break here on ESPN New Orleans.
Of the Colonel Sports Radio Network, ESPN New Orleans.
Jeremy takes the kickoff. He's across the 20, hit at the 20, and drives forward to about the 24-yard line. Casey Gisler here with Coach Brian Colley. 40-0 East St. John leads. My apologies before the break. I miscalculated the scores, but the Tarpons will have a chance here. Boy, you were telling me there on Twitter, Terrebonne has 8 first-half penalties, 4 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Man, I don't care how bad it is. You can't give them. That's 60 yards of penalties. That's
it's
a little too much. First and 10 here for the Tarpons. Sorry, Coach.
Following the Houston Rockets a little bit. What about we can talk a little bit about the Lakers. I just saw a tweet with Luke Walton.
Yeah, I could actually get pretty heated about that. First and 10 here. Baya keeps it on the outside, now cuts in. Nice gain, trying to bounce a little more outside on the left side. He's taken down to 32. Good gain by Brock of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, nice job, Brock. He's going to keep playing hard.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, Luke Walton has to come out and say, I feel like I'm not going anywhere. I mean, you could have predicted that so easy.
LeBron James is going to hire his coach.
Yes. Ridiculous.
And, yeah, that's going to be that. The problem there is that Magic Johnson, once he signed LeBron James, wasted his offseason signing trash like Rajon Rondo and Lance Stevenson. But that's another argument for another day. 2nd and 3 here. Baya keeps it, cuts back in across the 35. I think he's got a Golden Motors first down, and he does. So Tarpon's trying to get a pride touchdown here. tell you one thing that was awesome to see as I was walking out to the stadium. There were a group of students, about 10, 12 of them, same group of students that I see every walk to the stadium, tailgating, having a good time. Not a big group, but, boy, they're supporting their classmates no matter what. 1st and 10 for the Tarpons here. Ball in the middle of the field. Both receivers are to the right side of the field. Baya keeps it off left tackle, and he gets maybe a yard this time. Brock's coming out and saying, hey, this is my last half. I'm going down, guns a-blazing. There he got a yard.
1 yard gain on the play, 2nd and 9.
Looks like Elijah Barnett, little shoulder injury on the sideline.
Yeah. 10:05 and counting in the 3rd quarter here. East St. John scored a kick return for a touchdown on an onside kicks try. Now the Tarpons are playing their first possession here. They've already got a 1st down, trying to get another. It's going to be a jet sweep play to Joby Hendrix, trying to turn the corner, and he's going to be hit hard at the 38-yard line. He falls forward, but he may have been out of bounds by the time he fell forward. And let's see where they spot it. Got maybe to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long for the Tarps.
Yeah, them sweeps, we're catching the ball 5 or 6 yards on the back behind the line of scrimmage, and it takes us that much time to get up. Their speed, they close quick. And
that's 5A River Parish speed there, brother. And to think that there are teams in the city like Carr and Warren Easton and those squads out there that have more speed than that. I was watching Carr and Warren Easton on Twitter last night. That was like a college game. That was unbelievable. 3rd and 8 here. Baya keeps it, now makes the pitch to Georges, and they're well in the backfield there. That's going to be a big loss on the play. Out on the other side of the 35 to about the 34. So,
and just one example, we've been saying how well East St. John is coached. On this play here with the option, someone is designed to hit the quarterback every play. This play, someone hit the quarterback. Someone's designed to cover the pitch guy. Someone was right there on the spot to cover the pitch.
Yep. This is a looking at the roster, seeing all the sophomores and juniors, and this is a baby giant here growing out in reserve. Schick Snyder will punt it away.
Now look, when you have athletes too, it makes it a lot easier.
Jimmy's and Joe's better than X's and O's sometimes. Still waiting on the snap. They still got 10 seconds to get it there. Snap is high. Talon juggles it. They're not coming on a rush. He has time, and he gets off a beauty. Great job by Talon. It'll roll to the return man at the 32, works up the field to the 45, taken down near midfield. That was Jarius Monroe. But, partner, during halftime, you said Talon was the best punter in the state. That was a good example there. That could have been disaster, but instead he got off a nice kick that the Wildcats do get a nice return on, but it's far better than the alternative, which was going down on the other side of the field.
Yeah, it's not easy to do what he just did. Is the ball over your head kind of went through his hands, and to go ahead and have the sense enough just to his whereabouts to just catch it and run to the outside when you got 11 guys or 7 or 8 guys running after you.
They had running into the kicker there on East St. John, so they're going to walk 5 yards off on the return. Thought coach would maybe take the yard and try to punt it again, but they're going to just back him up 5 on the return.
I'm not sure the rule on that. If he gets out of the pocket, I guess, running to the sideline to punt, does he become a runner or is still a punter?
Oh, referees there ruled he was still a punter.
Well, he punted the ball, so.
Yeah. And I was looking down the field. I didn't even see if they'd hit him, honestly.
Same here.
1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. East St. John still has Sean Shelby in the game. Now they have a new back, number 6, Prentice Cook. They're playing a senior. Waiting on the snap. They toss it to Cook on the right side. Shane Billiot hits him. Can he drop him? Yes, he can. Good job by Shane. They'll throw him for a loss there. Number 39 for South Lafourche was, maybe that's 29. That's 39. Dylan Emard helped finish that play.
Yep, Shane slowed him up just enough and made a tackle along with the help from Emard.
Bio will check into the game now to play a little free safety on the obvious passing situation. Shelby keeps it up the middle on a zone read play, gets across the original line, across the 50, and picks up about 8 or so to be 3rd and medium for the Wildcats. Dylan Emar makes the stop. Sorry, Coach.
Showed some quickness on that play. Austin Danos came up with the Tarpons, just missed the tackle. But a great effort, kind of slowed them down a little bit.
3rd and 4. The Wildcats will have trips to the left. Plenty of field to work with in that direction. 6:47 and counting. The Wildcats lead 40-0. We're in the 3rd quarter. Play action, shoots a little pass to the open field. It's caught across the 40 to the 38 is number 16, Alonzo Porter. That's a 1st down. Yeah, they're not complicated. They just execute really well. If you do simple stuff really well, you're going to have success in all athletic endeavors. And that was just a simple little curl, and they got the 1st down.
Well, they're spreading the field. They're different options in their offense, and they're doing a great job of using the entire field and getting the ball to athletes out in space once again.
Wildcats are slowed their pace dramatically here, which is understandable with the big lead. Shelby in the pistol with Cook behind him. Now Cook goes to the right side of him in a shotgun. Shelby keeps it, makes the pitch to Cook on the right side, turning the corner, picking up about 7 to the 30-yard line. So nice gain by the Cats there. Bayo makes the tackle. .5:53 and counting, sorry.
My bad. They keep running the clock, too.
You got to figure at some point Coach Brown's going to say, hey, we've got this one, and now we've got a week 11 to worry about. Don't know how much we're going to see more of Shelby here. Hands it off on the right tackle. They get a 1st down across the 25, pick up about 6. Again, that was Prentice Cook. He's been the workhorse this drive. And now he'll check out of the game.
A lot of space to run out there.
Yep. Trips now to the left. That's the strong side of the field. The new back in the game is Tony. He gets the ball off left tackle, driving forward across the 20, across the 15, still driving to about the 13-yard line. That'll be another 1st down for the Cats. Gain of about 12.
The Tarpon defense still giving an effort, but they're tired.
Yeah, they're tired. The Cats now picking up their tempo again. That was a false start that time. I don't know if they're going to call the Tarpons this time, but they were set and they moved. This one should be 5 back on the offense.
No, I agree. Their offense moved.
Let's see.
I'd like to recognize our senior cheerleaders.
We've got a conference.
One of them may have called the play dead.
Come and support our volleyball team tomorrow.
They're talking to Coach Forsythe about it.
First up, Jenna Lowry, co-captain.
Earlier in the game, they were getting to the line and flinching to get set and drawing us off. That is not a foul, but this time they were set. And it doesn't look like it's going to be. Well, no, the White Hat's now going to go talk to the East St. John side. I don't know if it's going to be a flag on anybody here.
Our next senior is Ms. Cameron Disclair. Along with Ms. Maggie Disclair.
Talks to both coaches.
You know, you got one coach shaking his head, walking away from the conference. The other coach wants to high-five the official. So.
And we have no foul. Somebody jumped. I don't know how it could be no foul, but we play on. Maybe they flinched before the whistle blew the play. It's a handoff for the Wildcats off left tackle. This is Tony trying to bounce outside. There's a flag on the play. Still driving for yardage. He gets near the original line of scrimmage, goes down. Great job by the Tarpon defense. The flag is on East St. John, a hold.
Possibly on that last play, the ball may not have been put ready for play before, and they snapped the ball.
In a case of the ball don't lie, the White Hat immediately throws a flag on that one for a hold on the Wildcats. But I think you're right. I don't think that the ball was ever put in play. So the Wildcats committed a penalty, but they were not eligible to commit that penalty yet. So it'll be 1st and 20. Ball back at the 24-yard line. 5:03 to go in the third quarter. The Wildcats up big. Straight drop for Shelby. Shoots it deep down the field towards the end zone, and it falls incomplete. It was intended for number 15, Hargrave, and it falls incomplete. Hernandez was on the coverage for the Tarps.
Well-placed football. I thought he could have come up with that ball.
Yeah. Oquan also broke up the play at the end. So it'll be 2nd and long for the Cats. Ball at the 24. They've got to get to the 2 to get a first down. So, heck, they need 22 yards here. Shelby waiting on the snap. He's in a pistol with Tony behind him. Trips to the left. Now they alter to a gun. Draw play to Tony. Bouncing outside. Not getting much. Good job by Austin Danos. A gain of about 3.
Yeah, nice job by Austin along with, looks like Matt Mathino on the play.
Tarpons trying to get off the field. It's 3rd and about 19 here. Tell you something, the temperature's dropped here in the last 10-15 minutes. It's getting cold. 4:23 and counting. Trips to the left for the Wildcats. Shelby, straight drop, looking down the field, shoots a slant. That's batted away by Zach Pete at the last minute. It was intended for number 3, Dante Fleming. Good play by Zach, and it'll be 4th and long for East St. John. Great job there by Zach.
Yeah, that was great coverage. You got that hand right in there to deflect that ball at the last second.
The Wildcats don't have the leg to convert this, I don't believe. They're going to go for this. They've got to get to the 2-yard line. They're having a little team conference here. The play clock just starts. Yep, the offense is on the field.
You got to get to the 2-yard line.
The kicker is on the field. Now, you got to be careful here because the doggone quarterback's the holder. I smell a fish here. This is a 37-yard try. Snap is down. The kick is up. He's got the leg, and he just fooled me. He proved me wrong. It's 43-0. He made it. I didn't think he had a chance there, but he buried it. Let's take a 1-minute break. I got to eat a little crow here. It's 43-0 East St. John on ESPN New Orleans.
At ESPN Radio NOLA.
A 37-yard field goal by, trying to see, is that number 80, Keith Cartwright? And it's 43-0 East St. John. We didn't give the young man credit. He buried that one. He looked good doing it, too.
There we go. Get that mouse out of your pocket. Boy.
Here's the kick. Right down the middle of the field. Georges fields it at the 8-yard line, working to the middle, 15, 20. He's tripped up at the 20.
Hey, good job by the Tarpon defense last possession, holding them to a field goal. That's something positive.
Yeah.
They hung in there tough. They're playing. They're not going to stop.
Now let's see if the offense could get it moving here. We've got 16 minutes left to our season, including 4:02 here in this quarter. Baia slowly trotting onto the field. And they will whistle the ball in play as the Tarpons break the huddle. Flex set, ball in the middle of the field. Vestal behind Baia. Baia keeps it on the read gets across the 20, gains about 2, not much.
Looked like a little quarterback foul play.
3:48 and counting.
Yards are tough to come by.
East St. John brought their band here. I don't know if they played a song since the first quarter. They've just been sitting on their hands out there. 3:30 and counting. 2nd and 8 for the Tarps. Baya. Straight drop. Shoots a pass to Joby Shermy that falls incomplete. The wing back there is Joby, did a little out pattern, and Brock hit him on the numbers. Joby just had to go off his hands, falling complete. It'll be 3rd and 8.
It stops the clock on the incompletion.
Yep. Tarpons get a new football. Something was wrong with that one. Shouldn't be wet or slippery. Maybe they were still playing with East St. John's ball. Maybe that was the problem.
If the case, we got us an extra football. They threw it to our sideline.
3rd and 8. Baya gives it to Georges, and he's hitting the backfield, and he's going to go back to the original line of scrimmage, loss of 2 on the play.
Budget cuts, take it.
Yeah, we'll take it. Looks like the East St. John cheerleaders are going to come to the home side and give a little show for the Tarpon fans. Nice of them to do. Be 4th and 10 here for the Tarpons. Who are going to punt it away?
Crowd screaming, go for it.
I don't agree with that. Not at the 20-yard line on 4th and 10, 4th and 1 maybe. Schick-Snyder will be kicking it to number 1, Monroe. Waiting on the snap. It is a good snap. Talon catches it. And, oh, that's a beauty. What a kick. It goes the other side of the 50, caught by Monroe. Gets across midfield. Schick-Snyder put his leg into that one, even with the rush coming. That's a good kick. East St. John will play 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And good coverage downfield. Kevin Hernandez. Caleb Carr came up, watched, almost like kind of overran the ball, but Kevin Hernandez came from the opposite side, made a nice tackle.
2:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, 43-0 Wildcats. They'll play another possession here.
That's a good positive special teams play for the Tarpons right there.
Heck yeah. I guess the only negative would be is that you don't have 72 kicking them 50 yards down the field next fall. But Torres, we've seen him do it as well. He's got a good leg out there. He'll be back.
Also, I think Blake Broussard is another young kicker, up-and-coming kicker.
Good problem to have, a bunch of guys that could do that. Trips to the right. Do we have a new quarterback? That doesn't look like Shelby. We'll tell you here. It's a handoff, off right tackle, trying to turn the corner. Austin Danos has his mitts on him. Zachary Petry finishes the play. It's a 2-yard gain. The quarterback is now the number 4, Marcus Jackson. Yes. Number 26 is on the carry. That's Foster.
26
It'll be 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain. Strong side of the field to the left. Jackson waiting on the snap. In a pistol, now a shotgun. Straight drop, looks down the field. Now steps up to run. He's across the line of scrimmage, across the 40, turning the corner, gets across the 35. He's dropped at the 32. Gain of about 13 there.
Up by 43, late 3rd quarter. They are
looking deep down the field.
Yep, Wildcats are not going to stop doing what they do.
At least they're doing it with their second group.
See Nathaniel Long out for the Tarpons, being looked at by the trainer. Just got hit.
Crack block.
Yes, I think maybe that might be some type of concussion.
If there were enough fans in the stands and they oohed and ahed, they could have drew a penalty there. Straight drop for the quarterback, looking deep down the field. Deep down the field. He overthrew everybody that time, though. And it'll fall incomplete. He's intended for number 3, Fleming.
See the coach on the far sideline. Not sure if he's arguing with the official or his player for not getting off that contact by Hernandez, which is a good play by Kevin.
Well, I could tell their coach to get off the bomb when you're up 43 with 55 seconds left in the third. But
Nathaniel back in the game.
That's good.
So scratch concussion.
He passed concussion protocol. Sometimes I wonder if I could pass concussion protocol and I haven't even been hit.
I agree.
It'll be a draw play this time. Nice little give. They bounce outside 30. Cutting inside the 25, still driving near the first down sticks. That's 26 Foster on the run, pickup of about 9.
Nice call by the Wildcats.
Nope, first down. He got to the 6, so he got an extra yard on that one. My apologies. It's a first down for the Wildcats. And the quarterback there, Jackson, did a good job selling. I mean, he took 2 steps, looking down the field. Then, poop, we're going to pop it there to the tailback on the draw. 34 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Wildcats looking to add to their lofty lead. Swing pass on the left side of the field, trying to break tackles. Not much there. Gain of about 2. That's number 84 on the grab, Raydell Jackson.
Shane Billiot, Zachary Petry, Nathaniel Long on the tackle for the Tarpons.
Todd Bernard shoots me a text saying that I have brain damage. Thanks, Todd. That'll be the end of the third quarter. It looks like maybe they'll get off another snap. They will not. So that's the end of 3. It's 43-0 Wildcats. We'll be back in a minute on ESPN New Orleans.
Come see us.
We cover it all. ESPN New Orleans.
It is 43-0. East St. John out in front here. 1 quarter to go. East St. John, we notice little things here, man. Look, at the end of that third quarter, their team sprinted down to the goal line. They're having a good time. There's a lot of energy and enthusiasm in this program. They're having fun, man. That's good to see.
Look, we're on one side of the field on the 20. End of the quarter, flip the sides. Okay, we're going to the opposite side. How many times do you see high school teams, college teams, they walk all the way across? This team here sprinted down to the other end of the field. And look, those little things make a huge difference. That's discipline. That's what wins ball games.
Here will be second down for the Cats. Ball's at the 22-yard line.
Sad part is we got 12 minutes left of our season.
12 minutes left to our season.
Oh, man, I wish we'd be moving on.
Next sport, you're going to be coaching. I'm going to be broadcasting with Turtle. I was watching, I was actually watching a couple of basketball games from last year, and you and I have a bunch of fun, and there's no doubt about that. But, boy, Taylor's a knucklehead. Some of the things he and I come up with, we have a great time calling them basketball games, man. We can't wait for this coming season.
I agree once again.
East St. John runs a little option play to Cook on the right side, turning the corner. There's a flag on the play. He gets brought down at the 14-yard line. Another flag on the play. So 2 flags, one at the 19, one at the 14. Both of them may be on the Wildcats here.
Eddie Stretch placed it outside. It's a long blocking for the offensive lineman. Somebody got caught holding.
We expect the Tarpons will accept the penalty at the 19 because that'll be extra yardage added on if there are indeed 2 of them. Yep, so they decline one, accept one. They'll march off the one at the 19, 10 yards. It'll be second and long.
Which one they declined, the first or second?
Well, the flag was thrown second. It'll be second and long. Tarpon volleyball tomorrow at noon in the tank. When you go to the Pontchartrain Center. Here's second and long. Straight drop for the Wildcats. Shooting it deep down the field in the end zone, and it'll fall incomplete. Caleb Carr on the coverage is intended for Dante Fleming. Good job by Caleb. Incomplete.
Nice job by Carr. Good coverage. And look, their play's been getting better and better as the season goes on. And with experience.
We talk about the things the Tarpons are losing, offensive line, some guys on the edges offensively. You're getting a lot of the secondary back. You've got a lot of babies out there in the secondary, some sophomores and juniors and guys that will mature in the offseason. Caleb Carr is going to be a bright spot to this team next year. Joseph Pierce has been out the last couple of games. He's going to be back. He started to really mature, play good football at the end of the season. Third and long here.
That was a big loss for the Tarpon defense, losing Pierce.
Absolutely. Throw a swing pass out here. What a hit by Shane Billiot. Now can they get him to the turf? He can. That'll be a loss of yardage. He threw a swing pass out to the edges, and Shane met the young man with the football, Cook. And it'll be fourth in Leeville right now for East St. John.
That's twice when Billiot comes up to make the play, and you ask him, can he bring him down? Yes, Shane Billiot will bring him down.
If he can, I'd like to see the man who can. 11-10 and counting here. The Wildcats will stay on the field. Heck, try a field goal. We didn't think they could make the 37-yarder. Maybe they can make a 50-plus yarder. Fourth and a mile here. Trips to the right. You got to be very disciplined defensively here. Don't let anybody get behind you. Straight drop for the quarterback, Jackson. Shoots it deep down the field towards the end zone, and it falls off the fingertips. There's a flag on the play. This may be interference. If it is, it still won't be a first down. It's intended for Raydell Jackson. Boy, there wasn't much contact there.
Well, I think what happened, it looked like Kevin Hernandez at the very end kind of like threw his hands up. And when he threw his hands up, that's when the flag came in right after.
So it's interference on the Tarpons, but it's not an automatic first down, so it'll still be fourth and about 6 or so for East St. John. In high school rules, of course, as we said, that is not an automatic first down. Any other level, though, they would be marching it off. It is 4th and 6 for the Cats. So just get them off the field here, boys.
Boy, this game is dragging.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. A lot of stoppages. Trips to the right. Jackson, straight drop. Now keeps it up the middle. He's got a first down across the 10 to the 5. Can he drive forward? He does. He scores. That's a 18-yard touchdown run for East St. John. Aided on the 15-yard penalty on the pass interference call. And the Wildcats lead 49-0. Another stoppage. Talking about a slow play game. Another stoppage here. And there'll be another commercial break after this kick.
Well, East St. John keeps throwing the football.
Yeah.
Not that time, but.
Extra point try will be attempted by number 80, Keith Cartwright. Get this, he's a freshman. They've got a kicker for the next several years.
3 to be exact.
Yep. Snap is down. Kick is nearly blocked, but it's up and it is good. So at 10:34 to go, it's 50-0. Wildcats will be back in a minute on ESPN New Orleans.
Here in South
It's 50-0 East St. John out in front. Casey Gisclair here with Coach Brian Colley. Scoreboard update brought to you by Charles Mike Colley, candidate for Greater Lafourche Port Commission. Seat H. Do we have any scores, brother?
I have one. Thibodeau 21, Central Lafourche 28 into the third quarter, which means the start of the fourth quarter.
So that's in Thibodeau, right?
Yes.
That must be a wild. Thibodeau needs to win that game to make the playoffs. That atmosphere must be wild and crazy. Central Lafourche trying to win that game for the first time in more than a decade, which is hard to believe.
Destrehan's 42-7 still.
They're cruising. Try to find a Vanderbilt E.D. White score in just a minute. This kickoff goes to Georges at the 11, 15, 20, and he goes out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Coach Zush is telling us to talk about a little bit of basketball tomorrow morning on the Sports Corner.
I got one after 3. E.D. White leads Vanderbilt 21-7.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
So I was leading into basketball because it looks like my Rockets are finally, capital F, finally going to win a game tonight. They're leading 117-111 with 11 seconds left. I've been sweating that game on the phone here throughout the entire broadcast. And we're going to be playing running time the rest of the way. The clock just started. Tarpons have a 2-receiver set out to the right. Baya under center. Waiting on the snap. Brock keeps it on the right side, now cuts back in across the 20. There he goes. 30, 35, 40. Can they bring him down? 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 26-yard line. Baya goes out of bounds. Big gain for Brock. 1st and 10. Brock got hit around the line of scrimmage. Thought he was going to go down, but he broke out of that pile and got a huge gain on the play. Good job there, Baya. 1st and 10, Tarpons.
Yeah, they kind of relaxed on the play. They thought they had Brock down for the tackle, but he just kept moving his legs. When he got on in the open, he showed he had some speed.
Got to the 28. Huge gain there for the Tarps. Let's go to the NCAA scoreboard. I think there's a couple of top 25 matchups tonight. Virginia leading Pitt 10-7 in the third quarter. Later tonight, there's Colorado against Arizona out in the Pac-12.
Local area, we got a Hall of Fame basketball games tomorrow.
Yeah,
Thibodeau Regional Gym.
Yeah, going out and watch that. Assumption will be in action. Speaking of Coach Zush.
Wednesday, Thursday, Jamborees.
Baya inside gift to Vestal driving forward, maybe getting a yard.
Got the girls' Jamboree at Thibodeau High on Wednesday. Boys follow on Thursday.
That'll be fun. It's that time of the year again, man. Who are we taking on in Jamboree?
Taking on Central Lafourche.
The Trojans?
The Trojans and Thibodeau will be taking on Assumption.
That'll be fun. And, of course, Coach Colley on Monday will get several additions to his roster. A lot of these football guys will be joining the basketball mix. For a team that, as you were saying, off the air, has been kind of struggling to get some numbers, I'm sure having to add a depth will be good.
Yes, it will.
2nd and 9 for the Tarpons here at the 28-yard line, trying to punch it in, down big here in the fourth quarter. Baya gives it to Vestal off right tackle, driving forward for a yard or so. And, oh, no, Vestal is on the turf. That's not what we want to see at all. He is on the turf, and he is not moving very much. Didn't see how he landed this injury timeout brought to you by Thibodeau Regional Medical Center, but, boy, we hope Aaron Vestal's okay. They're going to turn him over from his belly to his back.
Maybe a left knee.
Moving the arms and the legs, that's good, but they are working on, as Coach said, that left knee, left thigh area.
Right above maybe on the thigh. Yeah, popping up.
That's good to see. He walked gingerly off the field.
See if we can call a play right here for the Tarpons.
I'm going to go play action, roll out to the right, hit Thibodeau with the sticks.
Then we'll go to a little play action. We'll hit Thibodeau right down the seam. Right down the middle. Straight down the
Both
field.
got the right idea. See if we can make that work.
I don't know about right idea. It's just an idea.
Be 3rd and 8 here for the Tarps. Thibodeau's flanked all the way to the right side of the field. Plays on us in the slot. Baya keeps it, now cuts back in across the 25, gets a few, not much. It'll be 4th down and about 6. 7:56 and counting. Vestal looks okay out there. He can't put a ton of weight on that ankle or thigh, whatever it is, but he does seem to be getting, with every step, getting a little bit more range of motion, so maybe just a little stinger there for Aaron. 4th and 6 here. .728 and ticking. Thibodeau flank to the right, plays on us in the slot. Baya play action, shoots it down the middle of the field. There's the play Coach Colley wanted. Shelby Shermy, I don't know if he was aware the ball was coming. It falls incomplete, and the Wildcats will take over on downs. It was a well-defended play either way. The Wildcats had some defense there, but the timing was certainly off, and the Wildcats now will take over. Let's check on my guys, De La Salle. Let's see how they're doing. They got a big game against Donaldsonville tonight.
Where are you going to be? Is it Tuesday?
Tuesday, De La Salle open house. Hello, somebody. 4 to 7.
You going with your Tarpon shirt?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. They're going to hello you.
I don't actually see that score anywhere. East St. John's going to be walking off 5 for a pre-snap penalty. Into the 3rd quarter, Central Lafourche 28, Thibodaux 21, as Coach Colley said. Let's see if we got an update on that one. We don't. Inside give to the Wildcats off the left tackle, getting to the original line of scrimmage, driving forward. Gaining about 7 on the run there is number 6, Prentice Cook.
Alex Lafourche coming in again on defense for the Tarpons. Inside replacing Joby Hendrix.
It's good to see. We usually got the Cajun Crazies walking them flags down the track. Now we got the cheerleaders running them out there. Here on this 2nd down play. Inside give to Cook. Yeah, it's still pumping, but he didn't get much there. Not much of a push there. Maybe a yard or so. Big Alex was one of the guys in on the stop. Came out firing. How about this, Coach? Congratulations to our broadcast team member, Mello, assistant girls basketball coach at Golden Meadow Middle School.
Hello, Mello.
That's awesome. You'll do a great job.
Mello.
3rd down for the Wildcats. Quarterback keeps it up the middle, driving forward near the sticks. He's got the 1st down. He breaks outside, 45. Still breaking tackles across midfield to the 41-yard line. That's number 4, Marcus Jackson, whose helmet came off on that play, so he may need to leave for a down. But he got a big, long run first with 5:29 and counting. They're not even stopping for the 1st downs here, so this game's going to be over in the blink of an eye.
It looked like the Tarpons had them for the stop, just a few missed tackles and hard running by the Wildcats.
1st and 10 for the Cats. Jackson does have to leave the game, and they just realized that now. They'll get a new quarterback in there, number 12, Sean Shelby, the starting quarterback. So apparently the Wildcats are only comfortable with 2 guys taking snaps. Expect a safe run play here with Shelby back in the game. And it is an inside gift to number 25, who's hit in the backfield and dropped. Good hard running by Vince Bartholomew, but the Tarpons dropped him there.
Yeah, we got some listeners out there saying we're cracking them up.
I guess that's a compliment.
It's 50-0.
Yeah, having as much fun as we can. Foster in the backfield, waiting on the shotgun snap. Foster gets it off left tackle. Shane Billiot chasing him, gets a hand on him, but number 54 for the Tarpons actually makes the stop. That's Nathaniel Long.
And Dana Grove texting on in. I saw her at the game seemed like a few minutes ago. I'm sure she's listening in from the stands.
You know, I was making that joke earlier in the season. We were texting Coach Hennessy Mellis on, then all of a sudden he shows up here in the press box.
And we haven't seen him since.
3rd and long here for the Wildcats. Straight drop for the quarterback on the keeper. He's near the sticks, taken down by Dylan Emard among others. He is going to be short of the first down at the 31-yard line. Yeah, we have a way of chasing people away, I've learned.
Get a stop right here and get the ball back.
Absolutely. One last chance for the offense. 3:15 and counting. 25 will be in the backfield. It's Vince Bartholomew, a junior. The quarterback is Marcus Jackson. East St. John eating all the time off the play clock here. It's now inside of 3 minutes on the game clock.
They'll let it run down and call a timeout.
That's what it looks like. Nope, they're going to run a play.
Jeez, we were
4, 3, 2. They get one off. It's an inside give. They've got the first down, I think.
Yes.
If they give him any kind of spot, he's got it, and he does have it. So that may eliminate the Tarpons' hopes of getting the ball back. The clock's still running 2:30 and counting. Dylan Emard makes the stop. Partner, the end of this game is going to blur by here with the running time. So I guess some final thoughts. Tarpons, rough season, big off season coming up. A lot of young players that we've got to polish up here.
Yeah, rough year for the Tarpons. Again, credit these young men. They fought. They never stopped. They kept playing regardless of the score. They came out. They fought. End of the day, you look at it, coaching staff's going to have a lot of work in the off season.
Cats look like almost a victory formation here. They fumble the snap.
Have you ever seen that? In a victory formation, fumble the snap?
No. But I've also never seen this team go under center before.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right.
So that may be part of the problem.
They're just proving why they don't go under center.
They lose one on the play, 135 and counting.
And again, congrats to our seniors. Hopefully everyone out there enjoyed our salute to these seniors. They definitely deserve it.
And look, dude, good job to you, man. It's your first year doing football. We did a great job. At least I think we did a great job. Some fans at home may disagree.
Well, as long as you think that. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Bernard's giving us thumbs down.
Well, of course.
I'd be scared if he was giving us thumbs up. Wildcats will take another knee here under center. There we go. The quarterback's knee is on the ground while taking the snap.
It will not be the same on a Friday night without messing with Todd Bernard. Put that on camera, Todd.
We're going to have one more snap here. The Wildcats are going to win this thing 50-0. This is not going to be an easy team to eliminate in the playoffs. They've got athletes, they've got size, they've got speed, and more important than that, they're battle-tested. They've already played Destran and Hanville and Terrebonne. They've seen some really tough teams. I don't think they're going to even make them snap it again. It's going to take a whole 30 seconds to set the ball here. And that's going to do it.
And Casey, look, it's been we had a blast all year.
Yeah, man.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. And look, I know I've told you this before, but you're the best in the business.
Thanks, brother.
Down here, I really mean that. You do an outstanding job, and it's fun. Hopefully, we brought some good coverage out to the people listening on YouTube, and now you can see the actuality of senior night. Nathaniel Long realizing his high school career has just come to an end, and you definitely got a feel for these young men. And again, hats off to them, for these seniors for sticking it out, and we wish them the best of luck in their future.
It's been a long, hard-fought year for the Tarpons, but the best part about sports is that there's always a next year to get ready for, and I got a feeling the Tarpons are going to maybe take a week or two here and then get things polished up, start rolling on the off season. See
I don't know if he was.
the final score here, East St. John 50, South Lafourche 0. Want to thank Coach Kale as always. T-Don, and glad to see you back working the computer. Mello doing a good job producing. Todd working the camera. Vision Communications for being with us throughout the entire season. Good night, everybody. We'll be at Sports Corner tomorrow, 7:30. Volleyball at noon. You guys have a blessed night and a great weekend.